Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. We are on the final stretch of my Project Wingman playthrough. If you recall last time, we finished up the Conquest mode, which, that was hell. Fun hell, but hell nonetheless. And before that, we did the campaign, which really was something as well. Now, we end things off on Frontline 59. Now, what I've been told is this essentially takes place sort of like midway through the main Project Wingman campaign. And what happens is we're basically playing on the Federation side this time, so we get to see a little bit of their perspective on the war and see what happens to them, because apparently there's both heroes and nuclear-wielding anarchists on both sides. So yeah, we're about to find out what exactly that entails for us. While I'm here, I might as well switch my model color to... or at least turn down this filter so that my model looks somewhat normalized. That works. Alright, so without further ado, guys, let's... Okay, actually, one last thing I want to say, before we start this. After I finished up the Frontline 59 campaign here, I wanted to end off stream by watching a few meme videos that I found related to Project Wingman, so, yeah. Hopefully y'all stay tuned for that. Sit back, grab a bucket of popcorn or a drink or something to indulge yourself with while we tackle this campaign. Without further ado, let's get right into this, gang. We're in the home stretch now. Project Wingman, Frontline 59. Looks like we got something different here. It doesn't say start, it says commence instead, which sounds a lot more formal. Whole different menu theme right here. A lot more techno-y. I kind of like it. This blue background we have working. I'm just gonna let the music settle in right now, because the main menu theme for Project Wingman is badass, but this might top it. That drop, though. That drop! Here, very subtle sirens in the background. So now we know we're about to be heading into some chaos. As we are with most other games of this nature. You know what, maybe I should have just... I was gonna say I probably should have started on this screen instead of like the original Project Wingman screen. But I didn't know that we'd be kicking off with this banger of a... I didn't know we'd be kicking off with this banger of a menu theme. I might need to turn a light on so that my model tracking is all work like that. Back momentarily. There we go. That should be a little bit better. Very ominous sounding. Alright. Oh, and a completely different menu set right here. This is already kicking off very interesting. Oh, nothing to it, let's do it. Let's start the Frontline finale. And again, since I'm doing this on, like, since I want to do this on all the difficulty levels, I'll be doing it on easy to start with. Yeah, this is for first-time players, and I am a first-time player for this. Well, at least this game, not Ace Combat, because, you know, service portal, logging in, authenticating, connection successful. New message received. Deployment order. Alcon. I couldn't read all that. I was trying to be quiet so I could. But from what I got there, we're a reservist team. And we're just about to get deployed on the front lines. This time, we start off with a little bit of an advantage. Get either the F-16 or the F-14. A nice change from the last starter plane count where we only had an F-4 and a MiG-21, but this time we already have mid-game equipment available to us, which I'm all for. We'd probably be in these kinds of fighters at this point of the story anyways. But yeah. Okay, so the F-16 is clearly heavily outclassed by the F-14. Well, in most ways. Roll rate, relatively similar. Turn rate is also relatively similar. And since the F-14 has a Wizzo for it, I think I'll go with that. Not like I have any better option. Didn't actually get a chance to look at the special weapons. High velocity standard missiles, more fuel booster and less explosive charge. Faster and reload rate is higher. Damage is half. Okay, sorry, but that's not gonna work. HIS. High impact standard missiles, higher explosive charge. Slower travel speed and slower reload rate. Well, at that point, I might as well just take regular missiles because they both do the same thing. MLAAs. Well, I guess I'll go with the all MLAA loadout because from the looks of it, our hostile air count is up there. And we only have one module available to us players, which I doubt I'll be needing them as much as I did for the Conquest mode, but they're definitely the more useful option. Subject K9A. Deployment Gulf of... I can't read that. Gulf of a nadir? A nadir? I don't know. Time 14:05. By the way, guys, for my drink for this, Knowing that my stress level was raised quite a bit during the conquest mode, it's probably going to be raised up. Maybe not as high, but a little bit, a little bit below it. Drinking some anti-stress tea to get me through this. Take your health take that stuff into consideration, guys, when you play games like this. We actually started a hangar this time.
You're the only ones that showed up?
All
We're
the
the
smoke
lowest on the
rounds.
chain for the reserves. No one on our level ever expects to be activated. Didn't you know there was a war going on? I thought Cascadia was losing. Well, the Federation certainly isn't winning if we're going out.
My radio set at home was just able to get through to Cascadia last week. Something went wrong with the Fed sensors over there.
The rest of Magadan's reserve divisions already deployed an hour ago. Amateurs. You're Division K9, correct?
Guess so.
I swear there were more to our company. Should we wait for the rest? That doesn't matter now. K9A, your designated flight leader. Take off and proceed to the mission area.
Okay, wow. We actually get to taxi to the runway, which I suppose that adds a little bit to the realism factor. Also, by the way, the smoke in the hangar was a badass touch right there. Made our little intro all the more cinematic. Alright. We're leading Division K9. Which K9D is right in front of us and taking off. We're starting off at the bottom of the command chain right now. So, if y'all didn't know, this was basically at the... what I'm getting at here is, like, this is basically at the point where the Federation was starting to lose a lot. So I'm guessing, like, around Cold War, I think it was. This is when they were getting their ass kicked. And now they're scrambling us because they basically have no one else to scramble. So, nothing to it but to do it then, so let's get airborne. Careful, K9D, you're flying a little too close to the runway. It's a pretty high up airstrip. There are my guys. Whoa! We got 3 wingmen this time.
This is Airborne Warning and Control Systems Aircraft Vita. I've been sent by Federation Command to pick up any remaining reservists in Magadan. Sound off on your TAC names. How many times we gotta get it through your cordium line skull? We're reservists. We'll get the typical pilot jockey treatment. We're just K9 A through D, plus A's Wizzo. Nothing special.
No.
Amateurs make anything easy for me. Make something up. Fine. K9D. Brick. Where'd you get that from? Job. I'm a bricklayer outside of this. Guess that works. K9B. Rookie. Reporting in. K9C. Cop.
Call me IT then. It's what those unappreciative assholes call me at work anyway.
Well, if that's the pattern, K9A, your driver. Division K9,
Driver, huh?
010. You're going to be waiting in as support for a large aerial action over the Bering Strait. And you think we're gonna make a difference? I didn't get dragged all the way up from Oceania for my orders to be questioned. Carry them out.
Driver.
Alarm, stand by.
How fitting.
Pretty damaged too.
What?
I don't see him.
I'm trying to raise high command, but nothing's getting through. Where are you going? The battle is still on.
Alright, then I better hurry my ass on over.
We have mercenaries on us, hot! What the hell?
Lost almost all of the transport planes. It was a complete wash. We need help.
Okay, yep. This is right after the events of Cold War, so the Federation is having their ass kicked right now. Yep, they are.
Driver, on you! Multiple mercenary IFFs crossing into Magadan airspace. K9, hold your ground.
Alright, you just crossed a line.
We're engaging? Shylock!
You just crossed a line right there. You're supposed to keep the fighting inside Cascadia, not cross the borders.
What the hell did we miss?
Only one flight of 4 seems combat capable. Vector toward us.
Deal with them if they interfere. We're chasing down the mother of all targets.
Okay, not if I have anything to say about it. You guys picked the wrong fight. Man, it's like I'm making a little bit of a paradox here. Like I'm fighting both sides of this war.
To my stupid office work. Come on, driver. Let's go.
Yeah, calling me driver in this. That is pretty fitting since, you know, outside of this, y'all know what I do. Yeah, I know there are no checkpoints in this game.
You need to tell me you're all combat ineffective? There's a massacre out there. We barely crossed the ideal with those bloodthirsty dogs on our heels.
Well, this is already off to a great start. I already got hit.
Actual combat. I can't believe we're fighting.
Get your head out of the clouds. We went to the academy the same as any other pilot.
I ain't missing my son's chess match for this.
What? Okay, yeah, these guys are already a lot more aggressive. But then again, they're mercs. What was I expecting? Never did I think I'd be fighting my own kind in this. Yet here I am.
Hey, Wax, you mind telling us what the hell is going on? It's chaos right now. Command screwed up somewhere. Cascadians routed our forces and we lost the entire transport operation. What air transport operation? Don't worry about it. Division K9, you have new orders. Cover any damaged and retreating Federation Air Force aircraft from mercenary forces.
Yeah, Federation Command seems to have a thing for deploying their evacuation operations in the middle of active war zones. Like, that's not gonna backfire. Anyways, ought to stop questioning that. I did that way too much in the last episode. Clearly, the people who are running Federation Command, they're either in too much of a hurry or they do not care about the lives of their soldiers. I mean, heck, they're sending us reservists up there. You're taking away my opportunities to get some satisfying bust in Seacrest County. Oh great, my allies actually shut them down. See guys? Project Wingman. Because our wingmen are useful. Even when we're playing for the enemy team.
K9, engage. Not less than an hour ago, I was taking bets on horse races.
Yeah, an hour ago I was on the shitter. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Hey, driver. You're in the A position for a reason. Do some of that piloting stuff. Follow your lead.
Yeah, that's right. I'm about to do some of that pilot shit.
These are the bench orders. Let's show what some real flying looks like.
Clearly, y'all don't know who you're messing with right now.
You know how much you're worth to me, man? About $300. Now why up and die?
Really? That's how much I'm worth? Clearly the mercenary board is like undervaluing their targets. Y'all don't know what I've done.
They flew all the way across the strait. These mercs must not be the smartest bunch.
Yeah.
We're dead without cover.
Well, you're not gonna get it out here. You flew too far away from Cascadia to get any help. We're all that you're gonna run into.
AWACS Galaxy to all mercenary pilots crossing over the IDL and the Magadan. Be advised, my operational support does not reach out that far.
Your support. It's easy pickings out here. Besides, Kaiser's crown isn't here to hog all the kills.
Don't say we didn't warn you. Galaxy out. K9, good work so far. Allied forces are still rolling in, so keep up the coverage. And how about
Galaxy gave them a warning, but they didn't listen.
Away. You don't understand how much operational capacity has been ruined.
Galaxy gave them a warning, and they didn't listen. They didn't know that the same person who's the crown on their side is secretly a reservist for the Federation.
So, Rookie, what are the odds here? I'm not a betting man. That's for other people. Rookie won't bet. You got a sick job, you know that? Someone's got to count the paper. Hey, watch it incoming!
Clean them out!
We saw how the enemy fell apart over the strait. The Federation isn't invincible. Kill them all!
Shoot them, driver.
What I'm doing right now.
Rocks two.
Don't count us out yet.
Federation may not be invincible, but we sure got a few pilots who are able to match up with Hitman Squadron.
We have the last group of stragglers coming across the line. Designate. Peacekeeping squadron. Crimson?
It wasn't supposed to be like this, damn it!
I'm Winchester on everything and my engines are about to cook off! We need help! Mercenary dogs! If I had the ammo, I'd cut you where you stand.
K9, Victor to the Cascadian Peacekeepers. Get them to safety.
Run, post
Well-
boys. You'll die tired. This isn't for business. This is for Oceania.
Well, I didn't think I'd see this day coming. The day where I'd actually end up having to protect Crimson 1.
We're putting you into the ground, peacekeepers. We won't let any muck get in our way. Thornrose gang, engage! Oh, shit. Shit.
Oh.
This ain't us, man. Driver, what are we doing?
All systems are clean. We're fighting.
Wow, first mission in and already a boss fight. You know what? Couldn't have asked for anything more.
Let's go, Russ. Not out of juice yet. Keep them all down.
Go for guns. Recasting the peacekeepers, huh?
Tailcoats seem like bed reservists.
We've had more than 5 minutes with these guys. We deserve to be shot down.
You won't last that long.
You're squaring off against the Thornrose group. Mercenary pilots from the Equatorial Periphery. Are good low lives.
They came a long way.
You don't say. They sure sound like they don't have any honor. So I'll gun them down. Pleasure.
Remember your training. Don't get overwhelmed.
Even Crimson 1 had a degree of honor behind his actions. Albeit relatively slim, and he went to some pretty extreme extremes.
Keep your heads on a swivel. Don't lose track of the target. Just keep focused on them.
Are you talking to yourself, Boogie?
What is... Are you kidding me? This guy's PSMing in a plane that's not supposed to be able to do that. That's what you get for breaking the rules of... That's what you get for breaking the rules of PSMing.
You think you're hot shit because you're mercs?
Yeah, you got that right, cop. Oh no. More of them? Okay. That's a...
We're giving the Federation a black eye. And I say that's worth it.
I never knew the mercs were actually this crazy.
I got a few experts that work
Clearly they are.
for the job. Twist wires.
They all have to be a little twisted to be
I honorless swine! Get back here!
Driver's such a natural.
Run circles around them. We've got this.
Hey, this is no this has very little difference to driving around a supercar and crashing out racers.
These are a little too much.
You don't say!
Good tone.
Keep pace with driver. He's
Oh,
got
you
the
don't-
idea.
Oh, one of them shot him down. Great job, guys. ESM all you want, it's not gonna save you. Right on your behind. It's only a matter of time. Down. Don't worry, it's down.
Go for guns.
I see you. Trying to go after him. Good. Have fun dodging those. Right. He dodged all of them.
Good time, good time.
Damn it. Gun you down. One left. And everyone's going after him once again.
On the way.
Have fun playing the victim.
Radar, lock on you, driver.
Reserve division. Thank you. Cruising out.
Captain Griffiths to all mercenaries. This is an order, or else your contract and pay are null and void. Back off. We can't risk extending the front line this far.
I disagree, Griffiths. This is an opportunity.
How does striking Magadan help us liberate Cascadia? That's not the type of war we want to fight.
Think. For the first time in 100 years, the Federation itself can be attacked directly. We are not conquerors, but we can give the beast a bloodletting. And I know a lot of men willing to volunteer for such an operation. Besides, any pressure that we can apply here means pressure alleviated from Cascadia.
We'll consider it, General Faust.
K9, we need you to RTB immediately. It's all gone wrong.
Was that all the survivors? There were only a dozen.
We're lucky that there were even that many. The Cascadians have turned to those godless mercenaries to fight their war, and they are making a mistake that they can never come back from.
Shit. We're about to get caught up in this Cascadian business, aren't we?
I should have stayed home and ignored the call to report. Rather take a jail sentence than whatever the hell this is.
It is what it is. Hey, driver. Good stuff. Why aren't you regular Air Force?
K9, for the last time, RTB immediately. We need to get set for what's coming.
Jeez, Louise, all right. K9, let's head back.
Hey, they need enforcers on the ground too, and I just so happen to fill that role.
All right,
Protecting
we're back on the
Crimson
ground,
One.
and there's
Never
barely
thought I'd see
anyone
the
in the
day.
taxi. I've never seen this airport so busy.
It was the closest place we could reroute survivors. The next airbase over is full.
This isn't even an airport. It's just a seasonal runway. The only reason we have our combat aircraft here is to give the local mechanics jobs.
We'll get used to it. I don't like this any more than you do, but this, like you, are all we have to work with. I'm sure you know that reports from Cascadia haven't been entirely...
Oh no, I accidentally skipped it. Dang it. Also, it sounded like there's some...
The situation in the last week has been deteriorating rapidly since your activation. As the Federation has begun to reorganize in light of its air power losses over the Bering Strait, Cascadia and its mercenary forces, knowing that we're at our weakest, have sought out to do the unthinkable. A fleet of warships has gathered up and set sail for Magadan. Despite the fact we are still engaged within Cascadia, the Cascadians have been able to rally their own navy and merchant marine to launch a full-scale invasion. With only 1 day's notice, we've activated the ground reserve divisions and have begun to fortify likely landing zones. K9, you are needed in the air immediately to cripple the enemy landing operations. We don't know how long we can keep up a direct defensive confrontation. However, if we can give the Cascadians a black eye as they come in, it'll give the Federation more time to rally troops. We need you up there. Dismissed.
Well, that was a bit of an L on my part since I accidentally skipped the mission debriefing, but what I was gonna say is it sounds like there's something going on with Federation Command. Stardust, our commanding officer when we were playing as Monarch, was arguing with someone I'm guessing was General Faust. It sounded like she was proposing to launch a direct attack on us to alleviate pressure off of Cascadia, but I think we all know how that's gonna go. With an ace in the air, it's not gonna end well for them. Wow, this is actually quite cool because from the looks of it, we actually get free aircraft as we progress through this. Rather than, having to pay for it as mercenaries, which... it's kind of unique symbolism here. But the problem is, we have both hostile air targets and ground targets. So using the SK-25... I have a feeling that's going to be suicide essentially. As invincible as the plane is, it's not good for going against air targets. So what I think I'm going to go with is actually no, maybe it would be a good idea because it's a navy, so I'm going to need anti-ship missiles anyway. So you know what? I guess I'm going to go for that then. No. Where are my anti-ship missiles? Large unguided bombs as well. And ASMs. There we go. This will be a Navy destroying now. Hopefully, hopefully there aren't that many airships in this mission. But knowing how Project Wingman's been going so far, I wouldn't have much hopes on that. When am I gonna get an F-15? I want to match up with my guys here.
The Cascadians have already started their invasion. Defense operations are now underway.
Yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to rely on you to help shoot down these aircraft because this thing isn't exactly the best for dogfighting. Alright, they're not taking the warning shots. That was your mistake, and you paid the price for it.
Begin the defensive operations. Pax Federation. That's out here! We've got the crowd! We're gonna make the Federation pay for Presidia!
K9, engage.
He knows something right there.
Advise you to stay behind the red line indicated on your radar. Concentrate on providing support to the defenses as they engage the landing forces.
On you, driver. The closest thing we have to defensive positions are parking lots and sheds. What are we supposed to do against the Cascadian military? Right, Charlie, reporting in.
Pass.
The Cascadians have made it to land. Enemy composition is confirmed to be the Cascadian Marine Guard lacking on mission. We need assistance. ASAP.
This ain't good. I was honestly anticipating less targets that would require me to use MLA, you know, multi-lock on this. Well, I guess these bombs, they work differently than they do in Ace Combat, because usually if they hit the water, they don't hit anything.
There was no way we were going to deny them landing at all. We need any and all air support. K9's on station. We'll do what we can. Roger, appreciate it.
This music's already getting... It's going from Mission 1 crazy to, like, Mission 10 intensity.
None of this would be happening if the Federation didn't snowball how our damn Air Force into
Good point right there, Cobb. It would also not happen if they didn't decide to deploy transports in the middle of an active war zone. And not only do we have heroes and nuclear anarchists on both sides, we also have dumbasses on both sides.
Let's open them up to the air support! Number 3, shoot!
Alright, great shot, guys.
Vita, this is an entire invasion force. We can't cover it all.
Just do what you can.
How did these guys go out?
Goddamn no good husband. Shit.
How did these guys sneak in? Alright, well now you're just asking for a bomb to be dropped. Have fun with that.
Reports are coming through. All Air Force composition specifically identifies as veterans from Cascadia's peacekeeper deployment during Oceania. There's a line declared with them. What about the aircraft overhead? No idea. All of them have the round table mark though. Crystal Kingdom should have hunted down every last work in the last war. Damn it. Shoot in! Not time! Incoming planes! I thought we could unleash the air power during our last snowball. Some of us got too enthusiastic and pushed too far in at these guys. We'll pick up their slack. Wants to.
Oh, so it sounds like we have allied support coming in at last. It's not just us that are fighting out here.
Stories about mercenary pilots like these. Vita, are any of them true?
Propaganda. Shoot them all down. You're better than them.
Well, I know the stories, but Vita's right. We are better than them. We'll take them down, reservists or not.
The horizon's looking nasty. The weather and the invasion fleet. Yeah. Most defensive phase lines are fallen, and we have reservists moving back. All units. Remember to pull back when defensive positions are compromised. The Federation needs you alive.
Okay, so it sounds like these guys up in Federation Command actually value our lives. Good to know! Because we pilots are not expendable, especially us aces.
Keep it moving! Get off the beachhead! Don't give up! We're not backing off that easily!
Thanks for the notice, Vita. Sounds like they got high praise for Faust.
Quarantine showing for Rockshot. Move in and boost their baseline yellow.
I certainly won't, though.
K9, we have new contacts bearing 015. Enemy bombers. Take them out ASAP or the defensive lines will collapse. One thing at a
Where
time.
are they?
Do we have any backup? Negative. Closest group is still a ways out.
Where are the bombers, though?
Incoming fire.
Are these them? Alright, well, they're easy targets. Really? Why'd I say that? Way too soon. You are brutally mistaken.
Start the motor fire ASAP. Drop them in and beat them down.
AWACS, keep scaling up on fighters. The bombers might be in trouble. These were service pilots.
Funny. Our best cards happen to be the most hidden. Reservists or not. There's no denying the fact that we're wiping the floor with these guys.
Are you calling yourselves fighter pilots reservists? Show us what you got. On target!
Very well then. Ask and ye shall receive.
We'll start sooner rather than later with the pull-out.
Box 2. We have a long-range contact. Federation Navy.
Thank God.
Thank
Federation Navy contact. No, scratch that. Incoming enemy battleship. Right.
What?
What's the problem? It was the Navy's most advanced battleship, but the Cascadians hijacked it. They're gonna start shelling the front line. An inside job, if you ask me.
Warship eminent domain. Getting on station.
Oh, no.
Batteries and get ready for salvos on my command. General quarters. All hands battle stations.
The IC locked into overrun.
Well, looks like we're fighting our own, like, battleship that we stole from the Federation. Just what we want.
Fire missions.
Armaments range in history.
Captain, all stations reporting ready.
Good. Fire at will. Start tracking
Oh my god.
running clean from there.
Well, that's brutal.
Son of
Sorry, but I'm going to have to shoot that thing.
Vita, from where K9 is looking, we're not holding out against this.
Well, I might as well just shoot one.
Theory forces reporting good effect on target.
Send a forward taking to start closing the noose. Tell Faust she'll owe me for this.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I got one off. But the shelling is still going on. How is that working? That's brutal right
Vita, call the retreat. These odds aren't in our favor. Damn it. Right. K9, keep moving up forward units. I'll start organizing the retreat. Keep putting losses on them. They're not getting this beachhead without them beyond the flesh.
It's you or me, Cascadian.
Going to a Winchester on ammo.
I'm certainly not, but the recharge for this is not fun.
Keep to the plan! Keep fighting back when we're overrun! We can't keep doing this forever, you idiots!
Well, I might as well ping the eminent domain one last time in ASM. But I thought I'd need more of. I thought I'd be able to use more of these.
Let's not go any further.
Where are they?
Some of us will have to stay behind to cover the retreat. Don't argue about this. Just go!
Right behind me.
Enemy air cover and the advance being pushed off by the weather. We only have one issue tonight. An enemy fleet and landing force has moved into blocking positions to cut off the retreat. Deal with it.
4 planes against an entire fleet? We're better than we thought, but not that good.
Good enough. According to Clemson. This is Peacekeeping Squadron Steel back down here. Sorry,
Oh.
colleagues. Understandably, Crystal Kingdom is still smoking abstract now.
We're not complaining if you're here to join.
Peacekeepers don't miss flights. K-9-8, before we need to take out this fleet. Steel and engage. K-9, destroy the fleet.
There's our backup, guys. We actually have a peacekeeper team on our side now. We're not just fighting against them, we're working with them.
Retreating forces.
Steel team. I like the sound of that.
The ships are one thing, but if I learned anything in the front, it's that no one's going to gamble their gear fighting in a magazine storm. Now hurry up, go! So the storm will cover everything.
Alright, I see.
Just pray that K9 can kill this fleet before we cross within their fire.
I'm just gonna knock out the railgun ships first. Those are the real threat.
Fast passes, don't gamble your life on an attack run. Someone going guns on me.
ID on the flights. It's Alarmitar's peacekeeping squadron, plus a reported reservist division. Damn monsters. These dogs! It's the reservists who are giving us the most trouble the entire day. Screw the peacekeepers.
Yeah, have y'all actually read The Art of War? What were you thinking? Attacking us and thinking that we wouldn't retaliate?
Damn them. We should have asked the ground for help.
Yeah, well, there's no crown here to help you now.
Without their signatures.
What the hell are you talking about?
The crown. Talking about Sicario mercenary. Back. I don't want to exit out quite yet. Yeah, when Monarch and the other Sicario mercenaries aren't in the area, they're just cannon fodder at this point. They gotta deal with us.
Ground strike successful.
And again, that backup from Steel Team. They're in for a world of hurt now.
Captain. Do not concern yourself with this, Captain Woodward. Head back to Cascadia and report back to General Headquarters. The eminent domain has done enough.
I lost good sailors today, General. I hope you know what you're doing in Magadan.
We're not just in Magadan, Captain. We're in the Federation. Proceed with fortification operations. We will light this frozen wasteland on fire. For Cascadia's sake, of course.
Vita, the last forces are pulling out. We're in the clear. Tell the pilots they saved their butts out here today.
Roger that. K9, Steel, we're in the clear. RTB. The Cascadians don't know what it means to fight a war. After this, they will. K9, we're needed elsewhere until the rest of the Federation military can arrive in the region. Impress me. Magadan needs new peacekeepers. Peacekeeping Squadron Steel, RTB.
You're right. I'm not re-upping on the next contract if this is how it's gonna go from now on.
K9, RTB.
Sure thing. Yeah, Steel Squadron seems like... They seem a little bit more reasonable than Crimson Squadron, not gonna lie. A lot more level-headed.
Thanks to you, we inflicted heavy casualties against the Cascadians as they came ashore. It would have been near impossible to stop them from landing. However, for what you and the Defenders did, it was enough for now. With the Cascadians on the ground in country, our only hope is to dig in, lick our wounds, and wait for reinforcements from the rest of the Federation to counterattack. Be on standby, K9.
Oh, don't worry, we certainly will be. No.
K9, your orders have come through. In the weeks since Cascadia has made landfall, they've been able to push well into Magadan, cutting off any communication we have to the coast. Ground reservists have done their best to slow the offensive down, but without a proper counterattack, the front line will never be stabilized. With the bulk of the Federation military in Asia about to redeploy to assist Magadan, we have to set up the tactical situation in such a way that this doesn't turn into a meat grinder. We have designated this spot outside the city of Celiadan as where we can break the enemy line. As we speak, a bomber squadron from Victoria in the core Federation is on its way to break their offensive. K9, your direct objective today is to suppress the enemy air defenses behind their lines that are keeping the Cascadian front line stable. Once those air defenses are taken out, you will then task to cover the main bomber strike force to take out the main Cascadian FOB. You can expect heavy enemy anti-air yourself as you strike their positions, but we have confidence in your abilities. Get to your planes. Dismissed.
Alright, now we're getting into a pure anti-ground mission. Be the perfect time to use the SK-25 if we still have it. Oh, but now we have the F-15. Do I, though? Or do I want to use it? You know what? Actually, no. I probably won't, because I still want my WSO along for the ride, so. Yeah, if it was the F-15D or E, I would gladly take it so that I could have my Wizzo along for the ride. As it is now, this will probably be the more useful option anyways. Of course, going with the all ML, the all multi-lock-on loadout for this. Alright, let's do this thing.
Station. 303 standby. Seed aircraft are beginning their mission now.
K9, good to see you. Our mission brief said you're punching above your weight. Your flight lead especially. Don't take too long. We don't have the fuel to loiter. Our flight lead...
Well, this is already starting off well with
literally the bottom. Don't know if that's an accurate...
Stay low.
Enemy elements are in position. Begin the operation.
Oh great! One of these missions. I'm glad to see that they pulled this one right out of Ace Combat and brought it into this game. Gladly. Alright, guys. Get low. Use the terrain and use the terrain to mask. Get low and stay low.
Main targets are the AA clusters. Once they're down, the 303 will send strategic packages behind you for the main shot.
Man, World on Fire sure seems to have a thing for space elevators.
Looks like the flashpoint is now. Analyze the battle plan immediately.
Wait, is that the same officer from the last mission? It sure sounds like it. No. Oh. Went right under my ass.
K9, incoming interceptors. Stay on mission.
Okay, just focus.
Ground strike
Focus, guys. Got a job.
Enemies firing at you, driver. Predators, get set.
This isn't too far from where I live.
Sounds like Cobb has a personal connection to this area. Better not let it get destroyed.
Copy. Take your group and deal with the fighters. Everyone else, stay to your defense sector. Time to put these pups down.
On you, driver. We'll be your backup.
Wind farms. Don't want to fly into those.
Show no mercy.
Incoming!
Want no mercy?
Adjust the SAM.
You're about to get it.
Point defense. We didn't come all the way from Kowloon to just get shot down over territory that's supposed to be ours.
Right on.
Well, you are gravely mistaken. 'Cause that's exactly what's about to happen.
Hold the line. As soon as K9 cleans up the AA, the boulders will move in.
K9, put them on the pressure. Driver, it's up to you. We're tied up here.
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Come on, volleys. We can't dodge them all.
You idiot. Where's the air to attack us?
Oh. Well, that's certainly a bit daunting.
They don't even have an emblem. It's just K9. Federation dogs.
Hey, we don't need an emblem. All you need to see is K9 and you'll know that your doom is soon upon you. That ground flag that is intimidating. That was genuine fear right there.
Ground strike successful.
Did we make sure all of the
If I didn't react as soon as I did, I would have had a nice little seat hit right there. Or controlled flight into the terrain as us aviators know it as.
Enemies firing at you, driver.
I know. These guys are about to wear out very soon. Yeah, when they said don't turn this mission into a meat grinder, I'm pretty sure that they meant for our side, not for the enemy, because we're most certainly turning it into a meat grinder for the enemy.
AA saturated and fronting strikes are underway. 303, vector toward the main fire base and begin mission tasking.
Well, they certainly got a lot more here than I expected.
Formation.
Man, look at all this flak right now. Oh, jeez. Those might be even more deadly than the
Now
railguns.
to escort the bombers.
Jeez. I thought these things were big from the ground.
303 on the move. Form around the lines of that.
My entire goddamn life is just babysitting, isn't it? Driver, we'll follow your lead.
Sorry we're late. Kaiser's goons were hogging the runway. All mercenaries take down those bombers. The Cascadians can't pay us if we're dead. Ground strike successful.
One hell of a life you got there, Cobb. Babysitter in your...
We don't want to ram right
when you're not in the air, you're a babysitter. And when you are in the air, well, you're also a babysitter, but babysitting an air squad. Okay, now we got the big guns coming in. You are gravely mistaken. Glad to see that we have another friendly airship on our side.
Shoot them, driver. Concentrate on firepower on that airship. The bombers are bad, but that'll be worse if it drops its payload.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just there to provide close air support, you know? It's totally not gonna drop a massive bomb on you.
Yeah, I see it. Looks like cordium burn on. Peter, what's up?
Geothermal signatures have been steadily rising in the week since the Cascadians landed. It has to be the result of the Cascadians wrecking our energy infrastructure behind their lines.
Oh, I get it. The second the Cascadians start kicking over geothermal production, the Federation kicks it into high gear.
Okay, well this ain't good. All just a bunch of air targets left.
There she goes. Good time, good time.
Come on, guys, I need y'all to shoot down these aircraft. I'm not equipped for this. Level them, guys. Yeah, y'all better back out now. Cause it's about to be raining steel. How does it feel to be on the receiving end of a bombing run?
RTB, K9 gets the scraps. Copy. K9, clean up the mess.
Gladly.
Thanks for keeping us alive.
Oh, the airship is still going to be assisting us. Well, this is about to get fun now, ain't it? Oh, you won't have time to make sure that happens.
Concentrate on the airship. We'll mop up the rest. Come on, driver. Let's get in. Enemy forces are no factor. The front line has been broken.
They've done it again! Those sly dogs! Push the counterattack and secure the pod base!
That is, if there's anything left. Bravo Company, let's move out. K9, RTB. Ground forces will take care of the rest.
Good.
And more than that.
As you like, Squadron. On station for the lead.
You're kidding me. Your regular forces?
Fresh from Wilhelm. Now get behind the line, reservists. We've got top cover for the rest of the day.
Fine by me.
Look at this airship just going around wrecking shop.
With the Celiadan frontline broken, regular military forces are now using the city as a jumping-off point to press back counteroffensives.
It's great to hear. Are we relieved?
Probably
Not quite yet. These counteroffensives are meant to relieve pressure elsewhere. Even if there was a victory today, understand that we are not yet at full operational capacity, and the Cascadians are beginning to dig in. K9, you're still on the hook. Get some rest though. We'll need you up soon.
Well, this might not be what my fellow reservists live for, but certainly what I live for.
You all don't have to be here for this briefing, K9. Just Driver.
What are you gonna do? Throw us out? We've got a vested interest in our best pilot here.
Driver's our main overlay. We've got a lot riding on him, and I don't like being kept in the dark.
Consider it worker solidarity.
If you insist. Every day, more and more of the regular Federation military is able to get up to the front line here in Magadan. However, it is because of Magadan that we cannot have these forces transfer over and reinforce our contingents remaining in Cascadia. Crystal Kingdom has determined that we cannot afford to fight a protracted ground war in Magadan. If we do so, we will lose Cascadia within a month. On top of that, we're getting reports that Magadan's cordium and geothermal infrastructure is being torn apart. We cannot let this stand. Of the many offensive plans being drafted up, there is one that is inspired, and due to the nature of the situation, we are going through with it. Because of this, you are being sent on a mission that, uniquely, only you can be allowed to go on. I'll let our Special Forces liaison explain.
This is Highway 1, or at least the start of it. It's the infrastructure project which intends to connect the entire Federation from Magadan all the way out to Byzantium. Unfortunately, the Cascadian Frontline overtakes quite a bit of it in Magadan. Now, we've been using the construction of Highway 1 here in Magadan as a makeshift transit corridor due to it being underground. Not much resistance because it's only been us, and we've been in and out like rats. One of my men joked that, well, the tunnel is big enough that you could fly a plane through there. The main command base
Tunnel run!
Cohesion behind
Not a
the
tunnel
frontline
run!
isn't too far from one of the planned exit ramps on Highway 1. Now, all things considered, the Cascadians are well aware that we've got some nasty pilots and have been buffing up their AA on the front line. But if we go behind and strike at their nerve center, it's a crazy play, and at worst for Crystal Kingdom, they get a pilot we have to scrape off the walls. But at best, full collapse of the Cascadian offensive.
Driver, your orders are to fly into Highway 1, use it to make your way past the front line, and then emerge out of an exit to strike at the enemy HQ. If you pull this off, it'll expedite everything, including whether or not K9 can stand down. This will be a test of your skills like no other, Driver. But we wouldn't have asked you if we didn't think you could do it.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Driver, I think you've got this one.
Okay. It seems like my other reservists, they'd be cowering on this one like I am right now, sort of. Y'all know I don't like tunnel runs. But it seems like we have to do that in order to progress through this, so fine, so be it. I'll do it. Damn it. Oh. I could bring the SK-37 along, but nah. It seems like this is another case where I need the SK-25 once again, because look at that hostile ground count. I'm gonna need, again, the all-MLAG put out for this. And plus, this thing is slower than the SU-37 because, well, again, it's an attack. So hopefully that means it's a little bit easier to use for this tunnel run.
Section 44 Bravo into breaching party. 44 Bravo has secured its section and is awaiting infill. Roger, section. Beginning operation.
Frontline.
Driver, Be advised we'll be losing radar contact when you're in there. It's all on you now.
This is gonna be
The
fun.
on-ramp is secure. Everyone hold on to something. That backwash when that plane comes in will send you flying.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Why'd you bring me for this, asshole? There was no goddamn reason you needed me here.
Maybe so, but hey, your presence here will make this all the more fun. Okay, wow, that's actually... Yeah, this is pretty wide. You could probably fit a whole squadron in here.
Please obey highway regulations. Current traffic flow. Error.
Express Lane. What a fitting name.
To be shut the entire time. Oh, shit. No.
Don't worry, IT. By the time it's over... Oh, no. No. Oh, my.
Shut down.
Well, that certainly didn't help. I had no idea where the heck I was supposed to turn there. Well, I was gonna say, IT, it's gonna be over before you know it, but that ended way sooner than I anticipated.
Section 44 Bravo into breaching party. 44 Bravo has secured his section and is awaiting infill.
Roger, section. Beginning operation. Driver, be advised we'll be losing radar contact when you're...
I might go back and clip that, though, if my audio's
It's all
not
on you
stuck.
now.
If my audio's not...
On-ramp is secure. Everyone hold on to something. That backwash when that plane comes in will send you flying.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Why'd you bring me for this, asshole? There was no goddamn reason you needed me here.
Well, this ain't... I tried moving my mouse around so that it wouldn't be on the screen so much.
It's up to him now.
Please obey highway regulations. Current traffic flow. Error.
Yeah, it's erroring because there's a damn jet flying through this now. Yeah, I was gonna have a... Alright, which way am I supposed to turn here? I literally can't see where the heck I'm supposed to go.
This is Satoshi Kono with FNN East. We bring to you continuing coverage...
Yeah, don't worry, IT. This is gonna be over before you know it.
We talked to both displaced residents of Magadan and our brave Federation troops moving to the front lines, highlighting the depravity of the Cascadians against the innocent people of our Federation. Before we get to that report, however, if you have any information about loved ones or friends stuck in Cascadian territory, both now in Magadan and in Cascadia itself, we urge you to call this hotline immediately so that the Federation State Department can assist them.
Like, they're gonna be able to help. I guess this little area here is where, like, a tunnel, a highway, but...
Weather update. Error. With high chromium concentration. Hazard level 6 or above safety mask available for above ground travel. Thank you.
Well, that certainly ain't helping. I have to squeeze my way through all this.
I know it's good that we brought the feds to a standstill here. The more we wait in place, the more of the regular forces are coming.
Well, we ain't no regular forces.
You see how fast they're going? It's probably secondary to what passes to another coast.
I have doubts on whether or not I'm actually going to be able to make it through here. Slow down. Slow down. I need to control this thing.
Today, Cascadian assets throughout the Federation continue to be seized. However, investigations report that many bank accounts and funds held by Cascadians were found drained in the weeks before the initial fighting. On the topic of money, markets continue to plummet in both the Federation and abroad.
I don't care about getting through this as fast as possible. I just want to survive.
Lines usually relying on Cascadian cordium and materials running silent. Federation refineries in Magadan were originally scheduled to up production. However, the invasion on the coast has delayed these efforts, with investor confidence in a free fall according to the managers of the corporate city.
Dead end.
You get all the war going back home?
Yeah, really well. I hear once the big new works are wrapped up over there, they're gonna be sending them over.
Oh my goodness. What is... Oh my... Well, I thought I made it to the end, but nope. Actually, no, I did find my way to the end. A dead end. Well, this... See, this is why I don't like tunnel runs. I don't like being held claustrophobically like this. Also doesn't help that it seems like this one is just a bunch of trial and error. You just end up going wherever you can. You end up going wherever.
Beginning operation. Driver, be advised we'll be losing radar contact when you're in there. It's all on you now.
The on-ramp is secure. Everyone hold on to something. That backwash when that plane comes in will send you flying.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Why'd you bring me for this, asshole? There was no goddamn reason you needed me here.
Hey, you provide some comic relief value. That's enough of a reason.
Clear insertion. It's up to him now. Please obey highway regulations. Current traffic flow. Error. Highways are going to be shut the entire time. Oh, shit. Nope.
Slow down. That is just the ultimate troll right there. It's so dark that you can't see where the walls are.
Satoshi Kono with FNN East. We bring to you continuing coverage of the illegal Cascadian invasion in Magadan.
This entire war is illegal.
Magadan and our brave Federation troops moving to the front lines, highlighting the depravity of the Cascadians against the innocent people of our Federation. Before we get to that report, however, if you have any information about loved ones or friends stuck in Cascadian territory, both now in Magadan and in Cascadia itself, we urge you to call this hotline immediately so that the Federation State Department can assist them.
Gotta bob and weave through all this. It's not fun, I tell you. I don't like tunnel runs. They may be challenging, and some people like the challenge. They think it's fun. But I'm not one of those people. Whoa, I just narrowly fit through. That was not fun.
You see how fast they're going? This probably secondaries for what passes to another coast. Don't worry about it.
Yay. So tight. Really don't like this.
Cascadian assets throughout the Federation continue to be seized. However, investigations report that many bank accounts and funds held by Cascadians were found drained in the weeks before the initial fighting. On the topic of money, markets continue to plummet in both the
Probably because the mercenaries drained them all.
and African concordats, with many production lines usually relying on Cascadian cordium and material running silent. Federation refineries in Magadan were originally scheduled to
Well, I might as well shoot that speed
the
camp.
invasion on the coast has delayed these efforts, with investor confidence in a free fall according to the managers of the corporate city.
We're starting to slowly close in on the targets. At last.
so wrapped up over there. Maybe we send them over.
Oh man, this war's really going to be over.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Did you know that starting this year, dangerous chemicals will be automatically caught and picketed by high-speed cameras? Failures to pay will refine.
Close! That was so close. Well, that didn't do what I was going to do. Would? Oh. Really? Laser cannons? Well, that's perfectly fair now, isn't it?
That's target destroyed.
Well, how am I supposed to deal with this? Not fun, I tell you.
Vandalism is not tolerated. Alert authorities now.
Yeah, and who's gonna stop me?
What's with that rumbling?
If we get enough forces here, we can very much hold it.
That's what you think. But is it gonna happen? Probably not.
What? A plane? Radio topside. They've got incoming. Locked on.
Yes, a plane? No, I'm not kidding! Get your head out here!
Say goodbye! Oh. Not many of those hit.
Who's the type of idiot that even does this?
I guess I am. Oh, ouch. Just getting obliterated here. Why are my flares working? Ow. That should be illegal right there. How? I was just like spamming my flares there and they weren't doing anything. And not only that, like, advanced SAMs, they're not supposed to be able to shoot through the freaking floor. Seriously hope I don't... When I come back to Ace Combat, I seriously hope I don't have to do another tunnel run as difficult as this.
Section 44 Bravo and Super G Charlie. 44 Bravo has secured his section and is awaiting infill.
Roger, section. Beginning operation. Driver.
It might be a fan-favorite mission,
Contact when you're in there.
but like the Dodge Viper ACR,
It's all on you.
that doesn't mean I like it.
The on-ramp is secure. Everyone hold on to something. That backwash when that plane comes in will send you flying.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Why did you bring me for this, asshole? There was no goddamn reason you needed me here.
Honestly, I'm starting to relate to IT right now.
Clear insertion.
They might as well have just sent a drone in missiles to do
Highway
this.
regulations. Current traffic flow. Error.
I will say, though, this is a very kicking soundtrack. And if anything, that's something that this mission does well. Even if the tunnel run is not fun at all, in my opinion.
This is Satoshi Kono with FNN East. We bring to you continuing coverage of the illegal Cascadian invasion in Magadan. We talked to both displaced residents of Magadan and our brave Federation troops moving to the front lines, highlighting the depravity of the Cascadians against the innocent people of our Federation. Before we get to that report, however, if you have any
They just have to get that plug in. Apparently.
Weather update. Error with high chorium concentration. Password.
That's all our weather is, just high chorium concentration. For all you know, the entire world might be orange as soon as this mission's over.
How many sensors are going off? Probably nothing. See how fast they're going? It's probably secondary from 1,000 to another coast. Don't worry about it. In other news today, Cascadian assets throughout the Federation continue to be seized. However, investigations report that many bank accounts and funds held by Cascadians were found drained in the weeks before the initial fighting. On the topic of money,
Probably to pay for the mercenary groups.
and abroad in the UKA and African Concordat, with many production lines usually relying on Cascadian cordium and material running silent. Federation refineries in Magadan were originally scheduled to up production. However, the invasion on the coast has delayed these efforts, with investor confidence in a free fall according to the managers in the corporate city.
Alright, starting to slowly get closer. Closer. Hopefully not to death, though. I've had just about enough close encounter.
I hear once the big name works are wrapped up over there, they're gonna be sending them over.
Oh man.
This war will be over before they even have the chance to.
Enemies locking onto you. Bravo, this is Shaw.
Please not. Why? How do those protect them? No. Yeah, and who's gonna stop me? Flying so damn close to death again. It's not even funny!
Hostiles getting radar lock.
Alright, now my flares are finally starting to start working.
What? A plane? Radio topside. They've got incoming.
K9A locked on.
Squeeze through. Squeeze!
Yes, a plane. No, I'm not kidding. Get your head out of your ass. Missile tracking. Who's the type of idiot that even thinks?
Right.
Break on! Shit.
Yeah, this ain't exactly fun for me either. You know what? Oh, no. No!
Drivers down.
Why? Wow, they were really trying to make this level as difficult as possible. Weren't they? Sheesh.
Section 44 Bravo to approaching party. 44 Bravo has secured its section and is awaiting infill.
Roger, section. Beginning operation.
I swear, guys, I don't care, like, how many times I run into this in 28. I don't care how many times I run into this kind of mission in an Ace Combat-esque game. I'm still not going to be a big fan of it. This just might be the epitome of it.
Sounds kind of fun, actually.
Why'd you bring me for this, asshole? There was no goddamn reason you needed me here.
Clearance action. It's up to him now.
Please obey highway regulations. Current traffic flow. Error.
That's literally my mind right now. Just error, error, error.
Highways are going to be shut the entire time. Oh, shit. Nope.
This is Satoshi Kono with FNN East. We bring to you continuing coverage of the illegal Cascadian invasion in Magadan.
Like I said, this entire war is illegal.
Magadan and our brave Federation troops moving to the front lines, highlighting the depravity of the Cascadians against the innocent people of our Federation. Before we get to that report, however, if you have any information about loved ones or friends stuck in Cascadian territory, both now in Magadan and in Cascadia itself, we urge you to call this hotline immediately so that the Federation State Department can assist you.
When I come back and try to do this on mercenary difficulty, there will probably be a lot more rage than I am experiencing right now because the weapons that I'll be up against will probably be a hell of a lot more difficult.
How many sensors are going off? Probably nothing. You see how fast they're going? This probably
402 miles an hour.
is to know it goes. Don't worry about it.
In other news today, Cascadian assets throughout the Federation continue to be seized. However, investigations report that many bank accounts and funds held by Cascadians were found drained in the weeks before the initial fighting. On the topic of money, markets continue to plummet in both the Federation and abroad in the UKA and African Concordat, with many production lines usually relying on Cascadian cordium and material running silent. Federation refineries in Magadan were originally scheduled to up production. However, the invasion on the coast has delayed these efforts, with investor confidence in a free fall according to the managers in the corporate city.
Did you hear how the war is going back home?
Yeah, really well. I hear once the big name works are wrapped up over there, they're gonna be sending them over.
Oh, man. The war's really gonna be over.
This war, like I said, this war will be over long before they get the chance.
Did you know that starting this year, dangerous drivers will be automatically caught and ticketed by high-speed cameras?
Yes, I did.
Over time,
That's how it works in most of the world, you know.
jail time.
Oh, yeah. Lasers! Please hit him. Please hit him. Not the walls, damn it!
Target down.
At least I destroyed those things. A real pain in the ass.
Enemies locking onto you.
Vandalism is not tolerated. Alerting authorities now.
Can't stop me!
What's with that rumbling?
If we get enough forces here, we can very much hold it. Break off! Break!
Right on lock. Looks like we're in Hunter.
They're on us, driver! That? What? The plane? Radio topside, they've got incoming. Break off! Break!
Yes, a plane! No, I'm not kidding! Get your head out of your ass!
Good shot! Target destroyed.
Yeah, I don't really have enough room here to turn all the way back around, so I'm not gonna chance it. Yeah, my reaction for real is ain't fun. At least you don't have to fly through this. Be thankful for that.
Stay in the left lane in order to get on the off-ramp.
Well, that was broken. Hail literally went through the wall there. God, there's no autopilot function. Keep the thing straight. Petra lie. What little flying skill I have, just edge my way through this. Okay, yay! We're finally out of the hard part.
We've got a plane right on top of us! Scramble the choppers and roll around the double A! They're all we have! This far behind the front line?
They got a hell of a setup here.
Not going right off.
This might even... Yep. No, this won't be harder than... Okay, maybe it will be. There's just railguns everywhere. Oh, jeez.
Target down!
General Fox! They're attacking our command post!
What? Aren't you using the new battle plans I sent you?
They sent a plane through the underground highway we couldn't have...
Unbelievable.
Expect the unexpected.
Operations.
What about us, man?
Get off the line. Black Eagle Actual out.
Yeah, they certainly weren't expecting this to happen. And honestly, I wasn't expecting to pull that off.
Let's move. We have executor authority on all Cascadian officers. More than when K-9A finishes up. Target's been hit.
This is CP. We're under attack and sustaining massive damage.
Well, it's about to get even bigger.
Shot.
Why are my MLAGs just... They're just refusing to work partially right now. They're not doing the multi-lock on.
Enemies looking onto you. We just lost almost every single officer above captain.
There we go. Alex decided for it.
For sure. Well, that's it. And tell me anyone survived.
Right on.
We have reports from all Black Eagle divisions west of Arizona Station. The Federation has started offensive operations, and we need orders. There's no one left to give orders. Do what you can. God damn it.
He said it!
Chain of command is breaking, and our fire support pipeline is non-existent now. What the hell happened? The entire chain of command died.
K9A, all targets.
That's a way to put it.
This is AWACS Vita to all frontline units. The head has been cut off. I repeat, the head has been cut off. Driver, RTV.
Hopefully not through the tunnel.
Cascadian divisional battle plans? I have a feeling our problems here in Magadan will be resolved a lot faster than anticipated.
That can't be the end, though.
Vita's so far up
Gotta
his ass
reposition
with
myself
coordinating
real
the
quick here, guys.
counteroffensive right now that he didn't even have time to debrief you, so, hey.
I'll keep it real with you, driver. I thought you were roadkill out there, so I'm out a few big ones. Can you blame me?
Alright. Enough about that. Vita did message off some bullet points, but I'll summarize the important parts for you. Good job. You pulled off a miracle out there. Thanks to you, this whole Cascadian business might be wrapped up soon. That being said, I'm sure we'll be out there soon enough, so, hey, we'll take a rest, driver. You earned it. I got a feeling this will get worse before it gets better.
And Rick is a real one here. In fact, all our squadron's a real one. They may just be, you know, random everyday people that happen to sign up for the reservist squadron. But hey, they got my back, and I got theirs. That's all I could ever ask for. Caliber 9.
K9, your time in active service is about to come to an end. The Federation military in its full strength has arrived.
What?
It's all hands on deck for this last battle. We need everyone that we can get, and K9's performance in the last month has been crucial to the war effort. If we can force the Cascadians off Magadan, I believe it would be within my power to relieve the reservist forces from their duties.
Yeah, just get the briefing underway. The sooner we're done with this, the better.
Age before beauty, cop.
Yeah, you'd know a little about that, wouldn't you, old-timer?
A month being wingman, and you're still...
With the majority of the Federation military now in Magadan, we'll be once again using the Bering Strait as the corridor between the Federation and Cascadia. The importance of this route cannot be overstated, especially since, regrettably, a mercenary-led airstrike recently struck against our Pacific hub in Sawaki. Suffice to say, that particular route is off-limits momentarily.
Yeah, Task Force 1 is off momentarily as well.
Damn it.
With this particular offensive, we will use the overwhelming force of the Federation to repel the Cascadians from our land. And from there, Cascadia will be returned to the fold. That, however, is not within your operational boundaries. We've now returned to the initial landfall site for the Cascadians, and if we can cut off their original landing point, we can effectively force them off Magadan. K9, provide direct combat air support and terminate the enemy.
Pleasure. Hopefully we have a Wizzo jet available to us. But I doubt it, honestly. Oh. Well, maybe we don't need it. Or maybe we do. Look at that hostile air count. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant look at that hostile ground count. It is up there, so I am probably gonna need yellow. Since this is a naval battle, I will go with the naval loadout. ASMs, MLAGs, and large guided bombs. That'll do it.
Oh my god. What happened here?
Our special forces picked up the Cascadian operation plan when Driver hit their base. General Faust's intention for invading Magadan hasn't been to take territory. It's been to destroy all of Magadan's geothermal accordium industry.
It's gonna be a cold winter ahead.
We staved off the worst of the damage thanks to you. Now look alive.
Rock 6 actual to all forward elements. Report to my call sign and kick off the operation. Section leaders, you have your orders. This is a sideshow before we get to Cascadia. K9, I've heard good things about you and Driver. Think you can help us clear the field? We'll do what we can. Rookie engaging. Cobb, going for it. Brick engaged. Driver, get us in, buddy.
Sure thing.
Engage.
K9A, engaging. This is Black Eagle Actual. It's time to leave the Federation to its fate. Commence the battle.
Are we done with the objectives here, General?
No, I'll need volunteers to complete our mission. But we have to send back as many as we can to Cascadia. We cannot hold as it is now.
We are Red Cup 1. Everything to our front is hostile.
Air Division approaching. Let's get this started, guys.
Rock Charlie through Rock Foxtrot. Forward engaged. Rock Gallers on standby for quick reaction. Visual scanning over. Those scouts won't get through with this much corium in the air. Hit ahead! Contact! Contact! Target down.
Oh, great. Yep.
We have inbound communication.
Anti-air's going off.
Steel, Shade, Onyx, Ivory, Black, and Tanager. Requesting permission to activate.
Oh,
Negative. Call them up and have them lock down their flex. Copy. PK Crimson However is crossing the idea immediately. What do we do? You think I have the authority to stop Crimson 1? Let them go.
well, you could have called all those Peacekeeper squadrons back here to help us, but nope, instead, just had them stay where they were. Except Crimson 1, of course. Just let him do as he wants. You know, that's how being post-war works, I guess. Unbelievable.
I need PDA on that last pass. Anyone copy?
Just stay in formation with Driver. Clear for guns.
It's the
Oh,
oldest
that's
goddamn
sight.
war story. Air power ruling the day. Man, we can't deploy them. Not here. One thing at a time. Continue the evacuation.
That evacuation won't go far, as long as I can take it.
Allied forces are reporting full engagement up and down the board. K9, keep engaging as frag.
Roger all. Rock to all Rock elements. Enemy units remain the same. Terminate with extreme prejudice. So this is what the war
Oh man, where have I heard that one before?
We go in with the airstrike and are on the opening.
Please to Cascadia.
No. As far as I'm concerned, I'm staying here. God.
All of our vehicles are just coffins. Get out and run to the beaches. You idiot! At least rig them to blow.
They don't need to rig them to blow. They're gonna explode on their own. Oh, great shot. That one.
Proceed on pace. We're in the zone. Just more cogs in the machine now.
You got that right, Brick.
General Faust, you're several days behind schedule on the pullback. You should not be in Magadon.
This war has changed, Griffiths. You heard what Elizabeth told you when we lost Presidia. Stay in your lane.
We're several days out from Prospero, and we're projected to take Presidia in less than a month. You are needed here.
Don't talk to me about what's needed. You're making a deal you know nothing about. No more half measures. No more ideas that this is just an independence war. I need volunteers. I don't care if you're mercenaries or my fellow countrymen. In order to secure the future, we are going to go on a mission.
Belay that order! If anyone goes, you will be left behind. Don't you dare abandon your country. Our country? Faust! We're going with boss. It's better than just waiting to sit here and die. Hell, why not?
See what I mean, guys? Extremists on both sides. Faust is... Faust...
What the hell is she doing? Squad, this is Captain Woodward of the warship Eminent Domain. I will be assuming command of the evacuation operation. Maintain current orders for getting you out of here.
Yeah, Faust is to Cascadia, what Crimson One is to the Federation. An extremist. Though how she will go about that, we're yet to see, it seems. Abandoning her post like this? She must have something up her sleeves. If she just leaves Cascadia behind like that.
It's all falling apart. Hey, guys and gals, let's get out of here before we get in over our heads. Stardust can't stop us all. Follow me. Pretty sure Booth Stratic has a strip up here.
Do we keep engaging?
You act like it's our choice.
Yeah, it's not like they can stop us or anything. It was their mistake for going... It was their mistake for going in this far.
Use our Rex's cover, it's all we got. How about from above? All right, we've closed them off enough. Go for the dogs and Huns. Let them loose! We have attack dogs within the wire! Attack dogs!
Talk about getting brutalized right there.
All gone. This is the warship Eminent Domain on all channels. Flagging using the keycom codes inherited from the FNS Jerusalem. Hailing all Pacific Federation channels requesting communique with the commanding officer of Federation forces in Magadan. Sir, they're calling for you. Put them on.
This is the Federation Frontline commander of the forces currently engaged with you, Cascadian Commander. Go ahead with communique.
The fortunes of this war change day by day. In this battle, fortune favors the Federation, and you will force us off Magadan. I admit this, and I ask for a momentary truce and cessation of hostilities for all active Cascadian Independence Force units to evacuate and leave. You have my word that we will return directly to Cascadia. No one else needs to die.
Whether you retreat or fight today, the outcome is the same.
This war is going to be over soon. There's no more need for this to go on.
RTO, verify the wire immediately. My verification code.
Copy. Making the inquiry. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by.
The music is starting to kick up, guys.
Understood. Relay. Crystal Kingdom denies the request. Proceed with hostilities.
Very well. Continue the engagement. Cut this channel to the rebels. Strike all codes from the Jerusalem.
What? You're going to kill them all?
Rebels want to attack the peacekeeper ISF have started vectoring toward our position now. We need to move.
We saw them on the beaches.
Sir?
Those bastards! All ships stand by for the last recoveries and then move out.
The ships! They're leading us!
K9, do what needs to be done.
Roger.
Yes, we need to teach them a lesson then. They've gone too far with this. Okay. Oh, they still got a devastating arsenal on the ground.
Positive lock.
No, what I don't get is, like, why they didn't take that. Bloodshed doesn't need to continue. Feeling very, very right now. Aw.
K9A, ordnance away.
I'm guessing an extremist was the one who relayed that, you know, we don't accept your terms of surrender. Like I said, guys, extremist on both sides. It seems like evil is everywhere.
Driver locked on.
Alright, I have ASMs built. I might as well. I don't know why I didn't use them on the armored ships. I probably should have. Need to get a lock on it at an angle where I can get full. 4 targets on. Unlock. It's away. I don't have an angle where I can use it yet. Great shot. What's fine though.
We'll drive off the combat vessels. K9 will deal with the kill box we'll make. Roger that, Khan. K9, driver, you heard all that? Wipe the Cascadians from the Federation.
Let's finish this. Rifle shot!
Oh great, look! Now they have an airship against us. Precisely what I was hoping for.
Target down!
This is what it always comes down to. Someone wins, someone loses.
Bookie's sounding a lot like Pixie right now.
Go back to your country.
Y'all don't belong here.
Positive tone.
Fire! All forces, close up the perimeter.
You're gonna get what's coming to you. Do you
You brought this upon yourself, you know.
Good luck. Engage until enemy is no factor.
You should have known better
Federation.
than to invade when you already have forces overwhelmed in Cascadia. Should have stayed there.
Just take me.
Rifle away!
Return me home.
Dust I came. To the dust I shall return.
Get away from him! He's holding a grenade!
Damn this world. My kids will burn down the Federation.
They've lost their will to fight.
We need to get into Cascadia. The peacekeepers will finish this conflict. But everything else over. Of course, Your Highness. Good luck.
Got all contact lost with the forces on the shore. The invasion is over. Sir,
Serves them
casualties on
right.
below deck. The peacekeepers!
Hell goes you. resistance has ceased. Copy all. This battle goes out to the flyboys overhead. Commence cleanup and bring in the transport ships once we're in the clear. We're moving to Cascadia within 24 hours.
Chase that battleship! All peacekeepers, drive them away!
K9, Cascadia has been repelled off Magadan. The battle has been won.
About goddamn time. K9C, heading back.
K9B, getting out of here.
Delta, heading home.
K9A, good job out there. RTB.
In less than a month,
Man, those Marines,
thanks to you, Division K9,
they were
and your
something.
supreme piloting skills, Cascadia has been driven off from Magadan, and the Federation has been secured. Federation forces are now streaming across the Bering Strait again, and landing in Cascadia in order to put an end to their rebellion. Under normal circumstances, K9 would be deactivated, and you would be allowed to return to your regular lives.
Just rip the bandage off, Vita.
K9 is being asked to be on standby as General Faust is being hunted down. Although the main invasion force has been dealt with, her splinter group has yet to be found. ISR is chasing down leads. However, until Faust is dealt with, K9 will have to be on call.
Guess we still have to kill the heart of this issue. Faust. He's the reason we all got driven into this. Now it's time my driver to go
It's
out.
always something. Second we start packing up to go home, we get told to stay on base.
I think you and Driver were born for this life, Cobb. You've both got enough fire in you to keep on fighting.
K9, General Faust has been found. ISR has reported that just offshore, Faust is linked up with a sizable element of mercenary and Cascadian airships. We're still trying to get the details on their exact force composition, but we're expecting an air assault.
Air assault where? There's not like there's anything still left standing after the invasion.
There is one strategic location of importance that his forces didn't break down. Base Station 0. This is Magadan's largest geothermal facility, and it was just outside of the front line enough that, outside of a few air raids, Faust's main forces were never able to secure it. Crystal Kingdom anticipates that Faust will move on this facility immediately, and, with most of our forces otherwise concentrated on securing a foothold back in Cascadia, K9 is on deck. Load up for heavy air combat. The Federation needs you.
You don't say. Well, it seems like where our journey is about to end. About to kill the problem at its source. Well, it only looks like we have only the few planes that we have available to us. So, I apologize, IT, but you're not coming with me for this one. This is one I have to tackle. The X-23. Good to see you again, old friend. It's time for us to do this thing. Oh, and also I didn't go with the MGPs this time. Instead, I'm going full in on the MLAA loadout. And of course, I'm gonna need... I have a reasonable suspicion that I'll need flares for this one, so... Unfortunately, no AOA limiter. Alright. How fitting. Base Station 0.
K9, B6 here. Looks like we weren't the only ones left to move up. We'll be manning the defenses down here, but we can only do so much.
We meet again, Russian officer.
Enemy interference cuts into our radar. We'll be right on top of you when they start attacking.
We got eyes on. Let's start poking holes. We pull this off, we go down in history. That'll show Kaiser.
We've got inbound mercenaries from all directions. K9, engage.
You won't live to tell the tale. Dead men don't tell tales.
We volunteered for this because if we don't, the Federation will trade itself alive. Whatever damage happens, we repair. And if we can't, we work around. This is what it means to be a part of the Federation.
Really. It seems like we've lost that unit.
Just keep them away from the vicinity! Ward them off! K9 can deal with actually shooting them down!
Positive tone.
I read about you assholes in high school. You big gangsters.
Ye of little honor. Get back.
We did this once already. Hit the Cordium tanks and the rest will go. Now, we make finish the job before Faust gets here.
Sorry, I'm not giving you that pleasure.
What are you even trying to accomplish here? Son of a bitch, I'll tell you that.
Missed.
Guns hot.
Incoming! Incoming!
Driver, missile fired.
Maybe I should have used the AOA longer.
We've never dumped that much into the ring of fire directly. If we do this here, it'll balloon pressure somewhere else.
We'd rather deal with that than having this facility blow up.
Enemies locking onto you.
Yeah, that does not look like a pleasant amount of Cordium to deal with.
With the crown of the Abaddon, this will be a piece of cake. No peacekeepers is savior now.
We can save ourselves.
Yeah. We're more than a match for you.
Box 2.
Hey, Pete, Vector in now. Bunker, Draco, Pound Cake. In with me.
Locked on time.
I'd rather the Federation over bounty hunters anyway.
Wait on lock on you, driver. Right on lock.
You marks aren't even fit to be called dogs. You're nothing but scum.
All immediate attack is
Right.
down, but we have incoming from 140. Heavy Cordium signature.
Zero to everything. Here comes the big one. Come on, rack up.
I don't know if the Federation is willing to insult me enough by constantly sending you reservists after me. But I suppose that's what the Federation does. Make people into who they need them to be. For you four, it's being a pain in my ass.
The Cascadian White Fleet. The diplomatic flotilla turned into warships. K9, you can take them down. It's not impossible.
Real inspiring words, Vita. Come on, K9. Let's go.
All Black Eagle elements, engage. May the Mother of Dust find us all.
Only 3 airships. We can do this, guys.
Engagement!
Let's do this. It's time to end this thing once and for all. Oh, great. Oh, my. That is a big airship right there.
That's all that matters.
Oh, it looks like they're taking flak from the ground at once. Yeah, see, now how does it feel to be bombarded with flak cannons? Not exactly fun now, ain't it?
Driver, missile away.
Fire at will. Tracking all targets.
Driver, incoming.
No.
Positive time.
Keep the turtle batters pressed for a hot swap.
Health bar. I noticed for the Rosethorn gang, those health bars don't actually go down.
Closer, you sons of bitches.
Ask and ye shall receive. Maybe not in the way you expect. With pleasure, Cobb. Got that right. They don't know what they're fighting for anymore.
Give it everything you've got. We will make the Federation eat itself alive.
Get all wounded into the facility. The emergency buildings are supposed to withstand another calamity if it comes down.
Alright. Escort's down. All that's left is the big bird.
There's nothing left I can tell you all to do. Just shoot at it.
And that's what we are going to do. Fire everything you can at it.
What's your final play, you maniacs?
Alright. All their weapons are out.
Victory is almost upon us.
Oh.
We will let the world know what Cascadia will do when final
Incoming CAF contact. Response
Missiles!
green light.
This is Orion Squadron. General Faust, we're with you. By the dust.
by the dust.
There's missiles going off in the skies, guys.
Distracted, K9.
I think I know what this is.
Right on lock.
But I don't care.
So every ship is firing aft.
Load every round we have. HE, AT, repeat, everything.
I know what this is. I know what we're about to witness. But it doesn't matter.
All ships lock with the Roosevelt. Bring everything.
Holy hell! How did that thing get up here? Those missiles launching. Those are the Cordium cruise missiles. But that matters not. We're here to finish Faust. And that's what we're gonna do! These flat cannons that are going off. The sky's almost untouchable at this point. It's like I'm flying into lava right now. What is on that thing? That might even be more devastating than Crimson 1's PW Mark 1.
No maydays. No SOSs. We give ourselves to the Earth today.
What a waste. What a waste of human life.
Even crushing these airships is not be enough.
Do you not realize what you're doing? You're getting in the way of world peace.
Within gun range.
We have breaches in Sector H and G. We're about to cook off the wing.
You've even lost the reason why you're here. this is where it's gonna end. Kill me, or be killed. Either way, your life ends here, today. It can end no other way. You'll...
Shoot them, driver.
Boy! That's the first time I flew into one of those things, and that was not fun.
This is a battle for heaven and the earth.
Drop the false philosophical nature of this. This is where it ends for you! Nothing can change that. Nothing! Still has more reinforcements? Where are they getting these guys? And laser. Well, that's perfectly fair now, isn't it? No thanks to you. Look at what they're doing to these skies. They're ripping them apart. The sky is my kingdom, and I shall not let you tear it up. Trying to hit me with your lasers ain't gonna do anything. What a waste of life. All in vain, it seems. From the last war, you say?
I hear you,
Right, get him, Russian officer.
What a goddamn waste of human life. You know I have Cascadians that work for me in my shop. Do you know what you've taken from them? We're the invaders, and we have to stop you. I'm sorry.
Don't be Brick. They brought this upon themselves.
Beat this mechanical score into hellfire! We will bring forth the final era!
For you, perhaps. There will be a new era, but you will never live to see it.
Burn down the Federation! This is the cry of the Cascadian Earth! Let it all burn!
There will be a new era, Faust. But you won't live to see it.
Enemies looking onto you.
And neither will your allies.
Driver locked on. Guns, guns, guns.
This is where I bring you back to the Earth. From dust you were formed, and to dust you shall return. You said it yourself, didn't you? Who did they hire to arm this thing? The madman from Icarus Armories? If anyone, they're probably the true bad guys in this game. Wait!
Positive time.
I didn't reload yet. Like going up against one big, slow, but more heavily armed ADFX Morgan. Just look at it. These things are essentially mass destruction burst missiles. And the lasers. You can't tell me that one is basically just a mix of XBO and the ADFX Morgan. Your attack accomplishes nothing. All you've done is lost. Lost your allies. Lost your country. And soon, lose your life. If that is what you live by, so be it. If you live through loss, Let this be your final. This is the end for you, Faust. From dust you came, and to dust you shall return.
Listen to me, dogs of the Federation. Independence Force HQ. It's made up of all Cascadian officers who fought in the last war. Just like me. We found something terrible in Oceania. Something that every mercenary will regard as holy. If you drag this war out any longer, they will use it. And this world will become a battlefield. It's the only way for mankind to survive. We either kill you all, or you kill every last Cascadian.
Faust and the White Fleet are splashed. We'll have SOF move in and confirm her KIA. K9, you did it. Remain on station.
What the hell was she talking about?
He ain't surviving
We're
that.
little people. It's not our deal.
What matters to me is that we're done. We get to go home.
I'll tell you one thing's for sure. She ain't surviving that. You're right, guys. Let's go. That static, that was very most likely from the Cascadian, you know, cordium explosions that were going on at the time. What a fun, but difficult, and epic way to end off this game. They really did go all out with this. General Faust has been eliminated. The Cascadians have been repelled from the Federation. The counteroffensive is underway. K9A, pending evaluation. For what, though? The story continues in Project Wingman. Well, we already know how it ends. The question is, where will a sequel take us? Also, one thing that I wanted to point out was our entire squadron got promoted from F-15s to VX-23s, which gotta love that. Matching up with your squadron, there are a few things that feel better than that. else was actually voiced by the same person who voices Shinobu in Genshin. Okay, I just had to point that out. But it was worth pointing out. This Spanish guitar that's going off in the background, music, definitely getting Ace Combat Zero vibes from it. Cannot, seriously, can you blame me for it? The game is essentially one big love letter to Ace Combat. 0 and 7 in particular, feels like. One final salute for everyone who made this game possible. Thank you for playing. It was a pleasure. I would very much like to see where a sequel ends up taking the series. That very much is the end there, guys. But I wanted to end this off. I wanted to end the series off on a little bit of a fun note. So, I'm gonna exit out here. And while I'm waiting, I wanted to pull up a few videos that I found. On the game. Just for haha funny sake, you know. So let me quick pull that up. I'll be back in a moment. There we go. I found it. So one person in my chat actually told me, like, there was a video out there that explained the entire science behind cordium, so I wanted to quick pull that up to show it to y'all. And plus, he also made a very funny video about all the bosses in the game. So I'm also going to watch that. And then, end it off, for those of you who didn't see, the incorrect summary for Project Wingman. Again, unfortunately, there's no Frontline 59 stuff here, because, you know, it just recently came out for PC. But hopefully one day one of these guys will actually do that. Let's pull this up right now.
Wow. You guys really liked that Project Wingman video, didn't you? Well, I'm gonna make another one now, so here you go. I was gonna make it sooner, but then the pandemic too, Electric Boogaloo happened, so yeah. Also, that's probably why my voice might sound a bit different. I'm also trying to get my audio stuff working even better than last time. I am also going to make that Conquest video, but apparently they're going to update it soon, so I don't want the video to be out of date. But apart from that, there's nothing else I've gotta really say, so enjoy the video. There you are, you've just installed Project Wingman for the first time and you're just getting into it. It's the first mission, pretty fun, pretty easy, you just have to shoot a few things. Ground targets, air targets, even a few naval targets. It's pretty fun. The mission's over now and all you have to do is explode one last container ship. It should be easy.
Big explosion.
The entire port is gone and the shockwave shakes your jet. All you can think while the smoke clears is, well, what the fuck was that?
Cordium!
Cordium is completely made up, and because of that we only have information from Project Wingman itself. Luckily there's a file viewer where we can read up on stuff like this. Plus, Cordium does have a few real-world counterparts where it's kind of based off, so we can...
I actually didn't look at the archive, essentially, for the entire stream, which I might do that once I come back and play this game on Mercenary difficulty, but for now, I'm just going to take all the information about Cordium from this video.
Can pull from that if we want to. I mean, considering Cordium is basically a mix of uranium-238 and gunpowder, I think we can get a few ideas of what it does. Okay, but what is it? Cordium is, to quote from the files, a crystallized compound of dielectric materials, native metals, and still yet to be understood anomalous compositions. If you're wondering what a dielectric material is, well, it's, I'm just gonna put the definition on screen. I don't know. It was formed after Yellowstone National Park exploded and caused the end of the world, also known as the Calamity. We'll get to that later. Legends say that during this calamity, Cordium just powered power plants without anyone doing anything. It was just nearby and turned them all on, kinda like a ghost in the machine. Cordium is sourced primarily from the Ring of Fire, a real-world geological phenomenon along the coasts of the Pacific Ocean, characterized by frequent volcanoes and earthquakes during the...
So basically what I'm getting at is, if Yellowstone actually, I don't know, exploded or something, if Yellowstone freaking erupted, and the tectonic plates actually did rupture, that Ring of Fire would really become a Ring of Fire.
The Pacific Ocean, characterized by frequent volcanoes and earthquakes. During the calamity, Cordium was formed during the extreme heat and pressures caused by the Ring of Fire explosions, and has been sourced from thermal vents along the ring ever since. Areas of Cordium mining are scarred by the sickly orange color and ever-burning land. Cordium mining is quite similar to real-world fracking or oil drilling, although it is a lot more dangerous. Once Cordium is out of the ground, it's processed into a usable state and then shipped off. Although using it as a fuel is a bit weird, once it's into a refined state, it's put into some sort of containment chamber, and then some sort of catalyst is introduced to the fuel. This ignites the Cordium, which will then burn for a few moments at extreme heats, which is very dangerous. Once it's cooled down from this initial reaction, it's used as fuel sources for anything that can hold it. We'll get into that later. Because of the extreme value of Cordium as a fuel source, the major powers of the world are the ones with access to thermal vents to mine Cordium. This includes
Cascadia,
Sawaiki, the Federation, and Cascadia. States which are not on the Ring of Fire and thus do not have access to Cordium vents are nicknamed periphery states. Usually these weaker states are swallowed up by the Federation or some other strong power.
Really, they probably don't need it since the tectonic plates didn't rupture anywhere near them. So they just rely on, conventional, probably more sustainable and eco-friendly energy sources.
The sun is a deadly laser.
Now, while we have gone over some history, let's go over a bit more real quick. After Yellowstone National Park exploded, there was a period of about 150 years in which humanity was still recovering and in disarray. Many societies popped up around this time trying to survive despite the ash clouds that was covering the planet because of Yellowstone. After this period, nicknamed the Long Cold, history would begin to be recorded again in AC, or after calamity. During the years that led up to modern Project Wingman, Cordium processing and utilization expanded. However, this path was not an easy one and many lives were lost. The city of Solstitium, the second largest city in Cascadia, was wiped out by Cordium that was improperly handled. This happened about 40 years before the events of Project Wingman, and the devastation made way for stricter work safety laws when it comes to handling Cordium. Historically, cordium has only been used for battleships and general power. It's not been able to be weaponized due to its very volatile nature. However, during the
yeah, I beg to differ. There is one thing that I know that does weaponize cordium, and those are the railguns. And as you can see, if you remember, those things are pretty damn devastating.
Cascadian Liberation War, this changed. We know that cordium is very dangerous and reactive. However, we did not know how reactive. There was a crack theory that cordium could react with itself while still in the Earth if given enough of a push. If this theory were true, then cordium-based weaponry would be out of the question, as it would just be too dangerous to use. Unfortunately, this was only a theory at the time, and
well, it didn't take... Well, we know who proved that theory correct.
During the Cascadian Liberation War, Federation forces used experimental cordium-based ICBMs against Cascadian forces.
There's no stopping them.
The city of Prospero would be the site of this disaster. Despite the effort of local mercenary Air Force squadrons, the multiple cordium explosives ignited the cordium within the earth underneath Prospero and caused a second calamity, the Cascadian Calamity event of 432. Despite this disaster, there were a few silver linings. The second Calamity event was not as destructive as the first Calamity event. Yes, it caused geothermal ruptures, earthquakes, and storms, but it did not completely destroy the modern world. Our second silver lining was that the political fallout from the Federation's actions were noted harshly by its own members, such as the Kingdom of Soeki and the Western African Concordiate. Such actions would isolate the Federation and cause many of its vassals to break free. Despite a second Calamity event, the war continued until the Second Battle of Presidia, in which Cascadian and mercenary forces pushed out Federation forces until a ceasefire was ordered. However, this was interrupted by a rogue Federation peacekeeper unit, setting off a cordium warhead in downtown Presidia. This eliminated many Federation, Cascadian, and mercenary troops, and caused chaos for weeks to come.
Dude robbed us of victory in that moment.
This eliminated many Federation, Cascadian, and mercenary troops, and caused chaos for weeks to come. The rogue Federation peacekeeper was declared KIA.
Man, it was a miracle that we actually did not get shot down in that. Maybe it's just because of plot armor, but you know.
It's reported it was a mercenary ace who took the kill. Cordium is used to fuel battleships of air, land, and sea varieties, as noted by the cordium trails left behind by the air battleships. It is also used as railgun ammunition and power source, similar to depleted uranium slugs in real-world warfare. Cordium is also used, obviously, in WMDs, such as the Cordium ICBMs and the EUFB from Conquest mode. Because of Cordium's volatile nature, it should not be used in smaller vehicles like one-seater jets. However, the PW Mark I and the SP-34R both use cordium-based fuel. These two jets are highly experimental and as such were both highly volatile. Notably, the SP-34R used cordium fuel, but when it is destroyed by Hitman Squadron, it has a relatively controlled explosion. But when the PW Mark I is destroyed during the Prospero disaster, it has a much more notable destruction. This is likely due to the PW Mark I's much more insane combat specs.
And, well, we all know what happened to the Roosevelt. I'm fairly certain that that thing also had, like, the cordium guzzling capacity of the PW Mark I.
Despite being much smaller than even air battleships, it has access to rapid-fire railguns, burst missile launchers, shield generators, and supreme speed and maneuverability. It can be assumed that the fuel required for such a jet meant sacrificing safety protocols. It also meant using more cordium than the SP-34R did, or air battleships for that matter.
Except for maybe the Roosevelt.
During the Cascadian counteroffensive of Magadan, the Federation falled back on drastic measures, recruiting their reservists to defend the coastline. During this time, the Cascadian General Faust attempted to destroy the Federation cordium processing facility. Doing so would mean the Federation would be forced to buy cordium from Cascadia at a premium. However, the reservist K9 Squadron defeated her before she did such a thing. Now, this is a very basic description of Frontline 59 because I've yet to play it. I don't have access to it, so I will go over this in more detail once I do. Probably.
Right, because back when this guy made the video, it was only available on PlayStation VR and all that, which kind of is kind of unfortunate, but now it's available for everyone to play, which, you know, your boy just did.
Make a whole video for it actually, but what I do know is it introduced laser cannons, possibly cordium based, and that Faust's airship, the Roosevelt, is much stronger than any other and explodes in a similar way to the PW Mark I. Perhaps it too limited its own safety protocols.
Oh yeah, and also with her ordering the officers on board to just go out the window and start shooting their firearms at them. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that while the Roosevelt from the outside looked like a relatively, you know, big, peaceful, beautiful airship, it sacrificed a lot of safety in the process.
Right, that should be most of the video done. I've gotten all the audio recorded, I've started editing together the footage. Who can I send it off to get it, like, fact-checked? Oh, I know, I'll send it to my family. My sister likes this kind of stuff. Oh. Oh, no. Wait. Okay, so this was where the video was supposed to end. Just a funny little video about a funny little crystal and a funny little flight sim. I did have a few ideas about calculating out the yield of cordium explosions, but that required math that was a bit above my head. But then I showed the video to my sister, and she went a little bit deeper. So, everyone thank my sister for making this video like twice as long, I bet. Okay, so where do we start? Well, after giving my sister some information about the game, namely what the EOFB looks like compared to the Accipiter, the size of a crater on Mission 1, and other such stuff, she came back with a lot of information. Now, a quick disclaimer. All this information is based off of best guesses and extrapolation. If I were, say, in my middle school science class and I submitted this as a paper to my teacher, I would be getting a big, fat 0 because of how inaccurate it is. But this is just a little fun exercise so we can get a good idea of what cordium is actually like, so let's just go with it anyways. First, let's look at the cordium detonation during the first mission. The containers on the dock look like standard size intermodal containers used on cargo ships, and we can assume that cordium cordium is stored with the same safety standards as uranium in the United States. From that, we can assume the carried payload is at a minimum 10% of the cargo volume and at maximum 30%. The reason for this variation is because the safety systems could vary between, I don't know, a bunch of cardboard boxes or lead-lined titanium boxes. We don't know, so we're just going to give ourselves a range of what it could be. In the end, this means that the containers have between 1.9 and 5.7 cubic meters of cordium stored within it. Once we've done that, we can get the radius of the resulting crater by flying over at a steady speed and timing how long it takes to cross it. It looks like it has a diameter of 443 meters, and we can assume a depth of 110 meters based on how explosions work. An explosion of that size means it would have to be a 118 kiloton explosion. Now that we have all the numbers, namely how much energy would be needed to make that explosion and how much cordium is stored in the container, we can do a bit more calculations and we can figure out how much energy is stored in cordium. We have two answers here. For one, if the container had 5.7 cubic meters of cordium stored in it, that would mean cordium had an energy density of about 85 trillion joules. But if it contained only 1.9 cubic meters of cordium, it would have about 256 trillion joules. Now that sounds like a lot, and well, it is, but here's a bit of a surprise, because uranium, when used in a nuclear fission reactor, has an energy density of 1.5 quintillion joules, much higher than both cordium samples. That's one hell of a difference, isn't it? And it doesn't really make sense. What about the calamity? What about, well, we'll get to all that. Now,
Supernatural.
next, the experimental uranium freefall bomb. And yes, it says uranium in the name, but that shit is not an atomic bomb. Look at the ground scars. That's cordium. This is a cordium bomb! This was calculated by comparing the EUFB to a B-83 jet-mounted nuclear bomb and assuming the two have a similar internal composition and payload as well as similar dimensions. We also compared it to the W-79 shell, whose information is declassified, so we won't be pulling a war thunder here by talking about it. Using the W79 as a guide for both minimum and maximum yields, the EUFB would have a yield between 7.2 and 79.5 terajoules of energy. And finally, we looked at the Prospero disaster. Of the three explosions we're talking about, this is absolutely the most scuffed one as far as numbers go. Essentially, we just took the area of the city which Prospero is probably based on, and chucked 12 cordium-tipped cruise missiles at it and saw what kind of yield they needed to blow it up. Of course, this ignores the fact that more or less missiles could hit the city, they could be focused on one place, etc. and etc. It's fine though, we're just having a bit of fun with this one. This time, we compared the cordium cruise missiles to the Little Boy nuclear bomb as well as the AGM-86 cruise missiles. The area of total destruction for the cordium cruise missiles is about 278 square kilometers and have a yield of about 518 kilotons of TNT. Now that we've got all this math done, look at this graph. Look, a graph. Look at this a graph.
I knew that they were going to pull that one out. Look at this.
Isn't it great? Anyways, what can we learn from all of this math? Was it all worth it? Well, no, yes, maybe. The calculations we've done here are way too guesswork heavy for anything conclusive, but it isn't worthless. For one, cordium is pretty damn weak compared to nuclear fuel for reactors, but why is it so destructive? What makes it so dangerous? It took 40 years for the city of Solstitium to become habitable again. Well, I have two answers for you. For one, it's common. Very common. If you're on the Ring of Fire, you've suddenly become a superpower because you can just mine it. It's comparable to oil drilling, but more dangerous. There's enough cordium to fuel hundreds of battleships and cities for years. It's straight up modern day oil, complete with devastating ecological impact.
But I'm not done yet!
Because if you're someone who's done their research, you might have already realized something is a bit up. Solstitium. It took 40 years until it was safe to begin cleanup operations, and I have a question for you. How long will Chernobyl stay uninhabitable? Did you say 20,000 years? That's quite a disparity of numbers, don't you think? Come to think of it, cordium is so much more destructive than what the math might say. After all, just look at Prospero. Well, here's your answer. Cordium is very energy efficient, as in, more of its matter is converted to pure energy than anything else. Let's say you burn a lump of coal. Sure, it stores a lot of energy, but a lot of it is lost on smoke, CO2 emissions, and other such things. A lot of it comes off as energy that we can't use. However, cordium converts a shit ton more of its mass into energy. This was actually a fact I missed on, and my sister found while researching. Alright, that's pretty cool and all, but what does that actually mean? Well, it means in the moment of a reaction, cordium is very, very dangerous, but over time any fallout it has will clean up surprisingly fast. It burns hard but quick, gone in an instant, but leaves a hell of a mark. Oh, and remember when I said this? Cordium does have a few real-world counterparts where it's kind of based off. What kind of real-world material was I even talking about? Let's turn our heads right back to Chernobyl, right down into the basement beneath Reactor 4 to one of the most radioactive and dangerous pieces of metal known to man. The elephant's foot, also known as corium. Yes, cordium is just corium with a little bit of extra D. The elephant's foot is known for being so radioactive that in 1986, if you were exposed to it for just 30 seconds, you'd die. Over the years, though, that time limit has gone up tenfold to about 5 minutes. Compared to the rest of Chernobyl, the elephant's foot is becoming safer faster, because just like cordium, corium burns bright and fast. Also, if you want to learn more about the elephant's foot, I do recommend looking into it yourself. It's pretty interesting. Alright then, wise guy, what about the exclusion zones in Project Wingman? If cordium is easy to clean up, then why are those there? Well, duh. It's because cordium feeds cordium. It's a chain reaction of it burning itself and constantly giving off unstable energy. The only way to clean up these thermal vents would be to, theoretically, suck them dry, or pump them with enough cordium neutralizing agents to drown a small country. In conclusion, cordium is fun. Very fun. I'd want to own a cordium rock. Definitely a crystal of harming people very fast. It's mostly used in weapons and energy, but that's pretty much it. And it does beg the question though, during the Long Dark, were people peddling cordium medicine? Did people roam the lands, selling cordium face masks? What about cordium lava lamps? Cordium healing rocks to help with your congested bronchitis? Years later, are people selling cordium heated blankets? Are there mass recalls because someone put cordium in the lava lamps? Could I buy a bunch of cordium and stuff a fake dog with it so Federation peacekeepers breaking into my house will shoot it and then destroy the entire city that we are all living in? This is a normal question for me to ask. And Sector D2, if you are watching, I would love an answer. Thank you, and have a lovely day.
We honestly probably won't get a definitive answer until, like, you know, the sequel, Project Wingman, you know? Anyways, funnily enough, the second video that I wanted to put up is right here. So it's kind of like let's look at it. Basically just the explanation on each of the bosses in the main campaign mode that I found kind of funny, so let's quick watch it.
Disclaimer, this video is a test of my audio and editing kind of stuff, because I just want to make these kind of videos. It's not going to be high quality, it's going to change around a lot, I am sorry, I'm going to do my best. Who doesn't love a good boss fight? Everyone loves a boss fight, and playing games are no different. Project Wingman is an indie game developed by 3 people, and it has boss fights. Yes, playing games do, in fact, have boss fights. Weirdly, I don't see people on YouTube talking about it, so I'm going to do it myself. It's pretty clear when you're in a boss fight in Project Wingman. If it has a splash screen and a boss health bar, it's a boss fight. There's one exception to that, which we're going to get into, but for every boss fight, that's the basic formula. We're going to be going over every single boss, as well as the mission surrounding it, and then rating said boss from a scale of 1 to 5 on if I could take that boss in a fist fight behind a Denny's parking lot. There are bosses from the Conquest mode, which is like a...
I have a feeling he did that as like an inclusion because the story with Crimson 1, how he was inspired was because one of the devs' friends beat up someone outside of a Denny's parking lot. Yeah, I feel like he just included that as a reference to that that moment that strange moment of inspiration for the devs.
I could take that boss in a fist fight behind a Denny's parking lot. There are bosses from the Conquest mode, which is like a roguelike mode but for planes, but they're randomly generated, so I'm not going to go over them because that's a whole headache. Oh! Also, we're not taking anything seriously. This is just a fun little ranking where we can talk about bosses and do an analysis video. Hush. You got all that? Good. Now let's do this. So, mission 3. This is a pretty simple mission. We're here to blow stuff up, and apparently we don't care about the airstrip that we're trying to take over. You can shoot it all you want, and you won't get a mission failure, which doesn't make any sense, but let's go with it. You'll probably...
I mean, seriously though, like, it probably won't get harmed by... It won't get harmed too much by just spraying your minigun all over it. I mean, maybe a little bit more for the missiles, but, you know, it's not going to leave that much of a dent in it, you know?
Take over. You can shoot it all you want and you won't get a mission failure, which doesn't make any sense, but let's go with it. You're probably still getting your wings and you definitely don't have a good plane yet, so as far as missions go, this is still very easy. But then, on the horizon comes our first boss, Crosstalk Squadron. Also known as the annoying little bitch squadron by my friends. These guys, just like the mission, are still pretty easy. Impact is the name here. This is still one of my favorite bosses, even if it's a glorified fighter squadron. The presentation for the boss fights are top notch, and this is the first, so obviously it stands out. But at the end of the day, it's only 6 planes with okay pilots. 4 out of 5. I could beat them up easy.
For me, they'd probably be a 5 out of 5, like, seriously. I was taking them on in, like, what was it? An SV-37? A JAS-37? And they were, again, pretty easy. Then again, I was doing this on easy mode, so...
Of the day, it's only 6 planes with okay pilots. 4 out of 5. I could beat them up easy.
You dare challenge me?
Mission.
Priceless right there. You dare challenge me? Yeah, I do. And I did, and I came out successfully on top.
You dare challenge me?
Mission 6. Hey, I have a question. You like the color orange? Well, what...
Also, I wonder how the heck this dude pulled it off. Like, how fast does the fan have to be spinning in order to get that effect? And how long does your toilet paper need to be?
I could beat them up easy.
You dare challenge me?
Mission 6. Hey, I have a question. You like the color orange? Well, welcome to Orange Central. Your job here is to assault a cordium processing facility in an attempt to slow down the Federation. And if you didn't know already, cordium is very explosive. Remember that nuke from the intro? Don't worry about that. Anyway, all your job is to destroy a few ground targets, go through a few tunnels, and you should be good.
Well, I didn't actually go through those tunnels. I was smart, and I attacked the cordium processors, or, you know, the extractors, from outside the range where I actually would need to fly into those tunnels and take them out.
Because
no way was I gonna accept taking lava damage.
Your job is to destroy a few ground targets, go through a few tunnels, and you should be good. Well, should be. Enter Crimson Squadron. If you're planning to fight them, here's a tip. Don't.
Well, I totally was not listening to that advice.
While I was making this video, a friend of mine decided to try Project Wingman. He never played a jet game before, but he was really trying his best. And when he got here, he tried to fight Crimson. It didn't go well. Do I even need to say anything? The entire boss fight is to run away. You're alone in a shitty jet that's probably designed to attack ground targets only, so you're definitely not ready. But borrowing a bit of...
See, again, I was smart. I was smart with this, and I used the multi-role jet for this mission, because no way did I feel comfortable just going in there with an Su-25 and just, you know... There were plenty of air targets in this mission, too, and I didn't feel like taking them on in something slow, agile, made for attacking ground targets anyway, so that's why I went with the MiG. And plus, the thing's a hell of a lot more agile than the Su-25.
Do I even need to say anything? The entire boss fight is to run away. You're alone in a shitty jet that's probably designed to attack ground targets only, so you're definitely not ready. But borrowing a bit of Belkan witchcraft definitely helps.
It's time!
Make them pop. 0 out of 5. I would die very fast.
Well, maybe you would. I'd probably give them, like, a 3 out of 5, because, like, seriously, I was able to take one of them on without too much of an issue.
Oh, damn.
Mission 8 is interesting. Today it's just you and Dip against the world. And the world in this case is civilian airliners. You are targeting Cascadian transport
Oh my
ships, which
goodness,
are...
the one mission I failed in, like, the entire main game playthrough. This. Just accidentally ended up shooting one of the transports down. It's like, bro, that's a stupid way to go out. That's a stupid way to fail a mission right there.
hiding amongst is civilian airliners. You are targeting Cascadian transport ships which are hiding amongst civilian airliners. Honestly, it's kind of like a puzzle. You have to shoot the targets without shooting civilians, otherwise you lose. If you're not stupid and don't bring multi-lock rockets, it'll be fine. And sometimes they do something stupid like this and you can't even shoot them without damaging...
What the? That never actually happened to me while I was doing this mission, like, at all.
Rockets,
honestly,
fine. And sometimes they do something...
I honestly expected, like, at some point they would do something like that, but that's just ridiculous. Like, look at them. What is happening with those two planes right there? Are they mating?
Something stupid like this and you can't even shoot them without damaging the... Now with all the transports taken out...
And look at him. He just flies right through, like... Yeah, I could fly through this with no problem. Sure, I might traumatize the passengers, but, you know, I'm perfectly fine.
You're introduced to the next... Stupid like this and you can't even shoot them without damaging the... Now with all the transports taken out, you're introduced to the next boss. It's a big old plane and a couple of escorts. The two escorts are actually pretty good fighters and put up a good fight. If you're planning to use an anti-ship missile on the big old jet, then don't even think about it.
I didn't actually think about that because, you know, I didn't expect to run into, you know, a boss fight in this mission in particular, let alone an airship.
A good fight. If you're planning to use an anti-ship missile on the big old jet, then don't even think about it.
Oh, actually, that probably wouldn't have been a good idea anyway, because, look, his health barely went down.
I'll be honest though, this planning to use an anti-ship missile on the big old jet, then don't even think about it. I'll be honest though, this fight is... well, forgettable. It's the only boss fight which is against one of these big old jets, and yeah, it's just... well, it's the only fight against a huge jet in the game, and yet it's treated like a normal fight, almost. Kinda disappointing, to be honest. 2 out of 5, because, I don't know, I'd probably fall asleep in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, seriously, we face off against these things so often that when you're just fighting them as boss fight, it didn't feel... Aside from, you know, fighting Faust, which basically was the airship battle, the Arsenal Bird battle that we were all kind of anticipating, this one, it really was sort of brought down by the fact that you face these things so often in the campaign.
2 out of 5, because, I don't know, I'd probably fall asleep in the middle of the fight.
Greatest song, baby!
Yeah, here we go, baby. You know what's going on. You know what this mission is. You have a...
Yeah, the mission with the greatest song in the entire game. I mean, you know, King's is up there, but this is definitely the best.
Oh yeah, here we go, baby. You know what's going on. You know what this mission is. You have a jet, you have a squad, and there's a huge cloud of enemy jets that you have to target. Go fucking nuts. Eventually, after you exhaust all of the reinforcements, they'll have one last wave to send, and oh boy, here's Crimson Squadron again.
Late as usual.
They'll have one last wave to send, and oh boy, here's Crimson Squadron again. Just a few missions ago, you were probably running away from these guys, but now you've got a better jet, more experience, and a lot more reinforcements.
Well, maybe not the first 2 points. Better jet. I had the same jet for this encounter as I did for the first encounter. But I sure as hell had a lot more reinforcements, and they certainly helped.
Let that music play, baby. No notes. 3 out of 5, because I think me and my gang can beat them up now.
A green worm pours a glass towards a glassmaker around 8 o'clock.
French woman.
The Federation has unearthed a most dangerous weapon. Something that could destroy Cascadia in one blow. And now Hitman Squadron must destroy it first. Of course, I am talking about
The spear.
the French.
Damn it, I was wrong.
Frost
French
is the
woman.
very first time we are seeing a superplane on this list. She is flying an experimental airframe nicknamed the Spear, and oh my god, is this fight different from anything else. Look at all these particles, and look at all those railgun shots. This fight is intense and will confuse you. I mean, which way's up? Despite it being against the French, it's a very, very good fight. The surrounding mission is also pretty good. It's just attacking a base in the cover of night, so there's no notes there. However, I'm rating it a 5 out of 5. You know the British went to war with the French for 100 years, right? Don't look up who won.
I would ask the question of who's more annoying, French or English people. I don't want an answer to that, because honestly, I'd rather just let actions be the judge of character.
In the cover of night, so there's no notes there.
No,
However,
Frost, she was an absolute... Frost here was an absolute ass for doxing me and my squadron.
I'm rating it a 5 out of 5. You know the British went to war with the French for 100 years, right?
Yeah, I'd also rate this one 5 out of 5. Especially after she doxed me and my gang.
Don't look up who won. Alright, now that we've dealt with the French, we'll never have to see them again. Oh, you fucking thought, you dumb nuts.
Wrong.
Yeah, so Frost did not like losing very much. So she's back with a new squad of Australians, as well as a cool outpost. No, seriously, that's part of the mission. She reads out your squad's real names, which in this world where there's mercenaries and bounty hunters...
Yeah, nope, not good for business right there.
It's part of the mission. She reads out your squad's real names, which...
Also, not to mention, she was essentially in the coffin equivalent of the PW Mark I, which, yeah, that was totally fair. Totally not salty about that or anything.
In this world where there's mercenaries and bounty hunters is a really bad thing. Hey, why is it orange? Anyway, the entire mission is literally just you fighting Frost and Master Goose. Yeah, they also have super planes, and it's even more visually cluttered than last time, but hey, jokes aside, this is a very fun fight. And really dramatic considering what just happened to the story. What just happened to the story, you might ask? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was right after Prospero got nuked to high hell.
What just happened to the story? What just happened to the story, you might ask? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna rate this one a 4 out of 5. Mainly because, yes, the British and French rivalry will go a long way, but the Australians hate us even more, and for good reason.
And battleships.
Hey, remember when I mentioned at the beginning of the video there's going to be one exception to this list? Yeah, anyway, here's Giant Tank. I'm going to level with you real quick. Why isn't this a boss? Why doesn't it have a splash screen and a health bar and all that kind of stuff that bosses have?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's because I was told this on stream, but apparently in mercenary difficulty, you face a crap ton of these things as like regular mission enemies. So yeah. As much as I would like to consider them boss enemies, they technically aren't, but they technically are. I don't know. They stand out as not normal enemies.
Why isn't this a boss? Why doesn't it have a splash screen and a health bar and all that kind of stuff that bosses have? It's a completely unique enemy which is pretty damn tough and is introduced like a boss which ends off a mission which is required to beat. Anyway, about the actual mission and the boss fight. The mission is pretty simple, you just have to blow up stuff, something you've all seen before. Near the end of the mission is when these guys show up, and there's a whole dialogue about them too. Experimental land battleships, chocked full of railguns, missile silos, guns, radars, etc. It's kind of insane, honestly. It works the same way as the air battleships, in which you have to destroy all the modules before you can actually destroy the thing itself. Theoretically, you could one-shot it with a railgun shot to the center mass, but I could never figure to do that. They're pretty comparable to air battleships.
Well, also, you could have done my tactic, which is just dropping a large unguided bomb at the center mass, which that also one-shots it.
it with a railgun shot to the center mass, but I could never figure to do that. They're pretty comparable to air battleships, honestly, except I think more dangerous. Yeah, they're kind of slow and easy to target, but also you have to dive kind of weirdly at them sometimes, and they have so many more modules, which means more things to shoot at you and more health, effectively. Really fun to fight, I'll be totally honest. And again, I don't know why they're not classified as a boss like everything else. 2 out of 5 because I'm not trying to punch an M1A2 Abrams. Come on.
100 in Terrell. Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107.
Everyone in McKinney is dead.
A normal flight through Seattle. Nothing weird going on here, totally just shooting down a few things, fly around the volcano, and then... Yeah,
yay, look! Really gaslighters are back.
In case you haven't noticed yet, we did skip over a mission where the entire world kind of blew up. Yeah, there wasn't a boss fight in it, so we didn't go over it. So these huge, omega, big-brained, Rick and Morty fan Crimson Squadron guys decided to blame you on the entire nuke that they set off in this place, causing the end of the world. That's okay though, because this time, we get to fight them fully, as in all of them. The first time they'd run away if one of them got low health, the second time you just had to shoot down like 4 or 5 of them, but this time you have to kill them all, and you only have your squad to back you up. So the ability to take 20 plus G-forces at 90-degree angles isn't just limited to the player.
Yeah, I see we're not the only bloodless human in this universe.
This boss fight's pretty hard and kind of tricky most of the time because it's hard to get a beat on them, but as long as you just keep turning, which you're usually doing anyway because you're trying to shoot them, you'll be fine. 3 out of 5. Yes, they do outnumber me, but I've gotten better at the game and so have you. Just use the secret technique to destroy them, turning in a circle.
All right, lighting it up.
Oh, by the way, how much TNT did you put down?
Just a little bit.
What's a little bit?
10,000?
Yeah, what?
10,000? My PC!
And here we are, already at the final boss of the game. Everybody, I present to you Crimson 1, the little bitch who's been talking to you the entire time. He's decided to go a bit not-so-crazy and nuke another city, and also come at you with a experimental jet, which, holy shit, look at all this. You've got a swarm of sub-missiles, you've got gun pods, you've got rail cannons all the way, you've got energy shields that explode into rail cannons, you've got so much happening, all from one guy. He's got so much health, you have to fight so long to try and destroy him. Shot after shot, missile after missile, even using rail cannons if you got it, basically everything you can throw at him, until finally... I'm gonna drop the jokes real quick. This fight is fucking beautiful. Genuinely one of the most amazing final bosses in video games, and it came from an indie studio of just a couple people. A quick history, this game was inspired by Ace Combat, a game series which, when this game was first being made, hadn't made a proper Ace Combat game in a while. This game was a product just by a few people who really loved Ace Combat and this genre, and it really shows through the love and care they put through it. Yeah, it had some problems and didn't always live up to Ace Combat, and yes, Ace Combat 7 was announced like right before it was supposed to come out, which was kind of a kick in the face. A lot of Ace Combat fans call this an unofficial Ace Combat game, or like a friend in the family to Ace Combat, which is a huge compliment considering that game series is so old and so beloved and so successful. Oh, look at me being a hypocrite. I said at the beginning of the video that we weren't going to get serious, and here we are. Alright, back to the ranking. I'm going to rank it a Schrodinger's cat of either 0 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, referencing my 2 favorite Ace Combat games. Hey!
And if it was his favorite, that's something for me to look forward to later on. Oh, you'll certainly be remembered. Just probably not for the right reasons.
And that's the video. Thanks everyone for watching. I know it was kind of rough with the editing and the voiceover and everything like that. I'm really trying to like get the hang of all this kind of stuff, because I've really wanted to make videos on this game as well as others. If this video gets really popular, I'll like do a video on conquest mode stuff, because that's actually pretty cool. I've been playing quite a lot of it. But I don't think there's going to be another boss ranking coming out anytime soon. I mean, there's not going to be another Project Wingman project that's going to come out while I'm editing this or anything.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there were only, like, what, 2 bosses in the game, and one of them was only in the first mission. One of them was literally the first mission. The second was, well, the last mission. I mean, sure, the other missions certainly had their notable features, like, you know, the tunnel run and all that, but, you know, they certainly didn't all have boss fights. Anyways, guys, I'm actually going to end it here for tonight. It's been going on for quite a while for me now, so I am going to exit out of here for tonight. It really was something being able to finish this game, and I'm glad I did. As for what's next in terms of like Ace Combat style games that I'll be playing, next up on the list is planned to be Ace Combat 2, because that comes after Ace Combat 0. Again, I wanted to tackle this game before I went on to, you know, I wanted to tackle this game after 0 just because I was told that Project Wingman took a lot of cues from Ace Combat 0, so yeah, I wanted to tackle it after. And just because, you know, so many people recommended it to me. So anyways, yeah, Ace Combat 2 is next. And as for streams for the next few days, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming a Need for Speed Hot Pursuit play. You know, I'll be doing some single-player stuff with the exotic tier alongside hopefully some more multiplayer. So if anyone's out there and wants to join when I actually do the multiplayer stuff, feel free to. Until then, guys, it's been one hell of a ride tonight. Till next time, cadets and citizens, take care, best of luck in your future endeavors, and farewell. See you around, everyone.